Dude, how am I still in C4? Like, what's going on, man? Why is y'all playing on my top? Like, what's Gucci? Let me invite some randoms because I don't never be talking to half these people. I just started. I gotta do what I gotta do, bro. I don't know why I be so chicken. It is what it is. Do what you gotta do. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing, baby? Today we're talking about the U.S. birth rate decline. And I'm allowing people to come up and talk if they would like to, share their perspective on this on the matter, but that's what we'll be talking about. How can we fix it if we do want to fix it? And why are people not having smacks no more? What's up? Because it's also a decline as well. Probably might get into some other topics as well, but yeah. Stay tuned. Have a good day. Hi, welcome in. We're talking about the U.S. birth rate. In my opinion, I feel as though the birth rate should keep declining because we're in a position where we cannot afford children. I don't understand people that choose to want to keep bringing children into this world. It doesn't make sense, and I will never justify it. Of course, I'm going to be supportive of people. Of course, I'm going to be a part of the solution to create a better world for our children. But it's overall, I am never going to really promote bringing and having a family if you are not 100% prepared. Now, I understand some things are preventable or unpreventable, and that's just what it is. It's a reality. But for the most part, we do need to start being more responsible with who's having children. And I think, I'm not sure, this could be me going out on a whim. Welcome in, everybody. But the fact that the birth rate is declining. Y'all see this? The annual average decline from 2007 to 2020. Y'all, we in, what year we in? Hi, Brett. How are you? Thank you for being here. Did you hear about this? Have y'all heard about this? This is wild. It says the U.S. birth rate has been declining. Hi, Hershey. How are you, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Have been declining since Hi, Irene. I'm so sorry. How are you? Can you guys put a comment in the chat, please, so I can see you? I just want to recognize whoever's in the room because the app is so messy. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, when I say I was in a room yesterday, my dude was sitting next to me. We're in the same room. When I tell you messages that he typed in, I couldn't see is crazy. What type of TT being messy. So if people don't pull up to y'all lives, if you not get, you can't, if you're sharing out stuff and yeah, if people not pulling up, it's not them. I'm telling you right now, the app is on BS. I was in somebody live earlier. The screen was black, y'all. And somebody was saying they couldn't see the chat. I said, what? They mad extra messy. And the moment you start talking about it, they gonna mess up your live. They gonna start messing with your page and your content. I'm telling you, they own that, y'all. So be careful. Just try to be mindful and a little bit more empathetic and understanding to your people, because especially your mutuals. Like a lot of these other people, whatever, but good to see you, Irene. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let me know if y'all experiencing that too, but that's wild. Like, they really don't want us to win, y'all. They really don't. I heard people getting to like 100K views and they just straight up delete views now. They messy. Like, they do not care. It's so sad, bro. So sad, man. How you doing? Love is Nikita. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Whoever's in here, you mind dropping a comment in the chat, please? I just want to recognize the people that's in the room. I love, giving that recognition because you just never know what people going through. And I just love to see y'all. I appreciate all y'all support, all y'all love. It means everything. And I always say this, I can't stress it enough. Y'all presence means more to me than any gift, any like. But I do appreciate them taps though. Can't lie. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Yes, come on, Britt. When I tell you, you got the personality of a star, Brittany, you are a star. Never forget it. I'm glad you put that in your name because it's facts. You are a star, okay? Believe it. You gonna be there in no time. I have no doubt. No doubt in my heart. Hi, Tammy. How are you? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Hershey. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, start that YouTube. I'm gonna be one of your first few subscribers. Facts. I can't wait till you go live over there too. I'm pulling up to support, absolutely. By any means. Sean, thank you so much. All is well on my end. How are you? I'm doing well, Nikita. I'm doing very good. I'm doing very well. I am blessed and highly favored by the Most High, as we all are in this room, for obvious reasons. Oh, Nikita, you gave me the potato, man. Oh, honey, I'm about to cry. I never thought. Oh my goodness, girl, when I tell you that is my favorite, he is my favorite gift, y'all. So I might put him a little often. I know he a little expensive, but that's my favorite gift. I love the potato man. My favorite. Absolutely in love. Thank you so much, Nikita. That was such a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for sharing all the love. Oh yeah. Always, Britt. Always. Stay excellent. Stay excellent. You are an incredible mother. You are a credible human being. You provide such a beautiful life for your family. Keep doing that. Stay excellent, please. Oh, I appreciate you, Tammy. I appreciate that. You know I'm gonna pull up when I can. Please send me an invite, even though the app is on some garbage. Please send me an invite to your live because I love pulling up. I gotta pull up. You feel me? Because I love to support my people, man, especially my mutuals. Oh, absolutely, Nikita. How's your day going so far? I know you say everything's well on your end, but it's nice to meet you. I appreciate you being here with us today. I really do. How you doing, Random Mom? Good to see you. Thank you so much for all my gifts. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the shares. Thank you so much, Britt, for all those shares. I do appreciate that. Welcome in, everybody. We were originally talking about the birth rate, but I had to put some love with my people because I got real good people in here. Join the team, okay? Subscribe, because I take care of mine over here, okay? I love on my people over here. Ain't that right, cuz? Ain't that right, Hershey? Hey, I gotta shout out real quick. Hershey, can you put your live schedule in the chat, please? As a matter of fact, this might be kind of hard to mod. So, I don't know, one of y'all might be voted to be a mod right now, but make sure y'all connect with each other, too. Make sure y'all connect, for real, for real. Thank you for coming on live yesterday. Oh, man. By any means, Irene, I'm going to tell you this. I was so overjoyed to see your face. Do you hear me? When I tell you I was so overjoyed, I said, yes, Irene is live. Ma'am, you have helped me get so many people on this app. Between you and Tara, man, y'all have connected me with so many people. I am so grateful for y'all. Like, you have no idea. I promise you, man, when I get this fat bag, y'all, when I get paid, watch out. I don't mean that. I mean that I'm taking care of people. Like, real talk. I can't wait, man. Like, to really return the love that y'all give me. Like, I know money, whatever, but man, y'all, like, it's worth that. Like, the love and support I get on here, it's worth payment. Like, real talk. It's crazy it's free. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. You know, that little boy that was like, wow, that dude. That's how I be feeling with y'all support, bro. Real talk. Nice to meet you also. I'm still relaxing in bed, but very well so far. It's off my day. Hey, shout out to the off day, Nikita. Shout out to you, girl. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. We only doing family right now. But I will be opening the panel later to discuss the topic. But right now, I gotta love on my family. I do apologize, though. No disrespect. But Nikita, yes. Very nice to meet you. And I relaxing that bed, girl. How about I'm relaxing in my bed too? Factually, you know what I'm saying? And this is doing a lot for my anxiety, guys. So if y'all have a lot of anxiety before you go live, just lay down. Even if you're not in bed, or just be in a comfortable chair or something, because it really lessens the anxiety. Real talk. Like, I'm very calm. I'm very relaxed. I feel like I'm talking to y'all in my living room. Real talk. It's kind of nice. Yes. My day is going swell. I'm chilling. I'm in the crib. Chilling hard. Very well. My day is going very well. Y'all stay tuned for my claw walk. I'm doing it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now. It's no longer every day. It's just better for my situation. And yeah. Hi, welcome in everybody. Hey, Real. How are you? It's good to see you. I appreciate you stopping in. Oh yeah. Hershey Kiss is good people. Oh man, hold on, let me pin you real quick, cause I meant to. Y'all put y'all live schedules. Like I said, I don't know if y'all heard me. I'm talking about a lot at the same time, but please put y'all live schedules in the comments. It's gonna be hard to mod, but put that in there, please, because I need to know, and I might try to screenshot some of this too, because I need I got to see what's going on with y'all. Real talk, because my schedule getting ready to change. I'm getting ready to free up my time for a lot of things, so I need to pull up on y'all. I gotta love on y'all. I feel like I haven't been as mindful as I have been with the support. I'm trying to be more mindful of that. And thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate y'all for these taps, man. Real talk. We almost at 5K. That's such a blessing. Thank you. Yes, Hershey Kiss is good people, y'all. Make sure y'all check out her family barbecues. They be amazing. When I say I feel like I'm finna pull up and get a barbecue rib for real, y'all, I be asking about barbecue ribs like it's so funny. Man, I'll be like, yo, how tender is them ribs though? She be like, they tender? How many you want? I love that. And then I be throwing corn up. It's the best thing, y'all. That's actually the most appropriate room to throw corn in. Don't be throwing no corn on nobody, all right? No, I'm playing. Oh, man, no, you worth it, Irene. You worth it. Real talk. We all worth it. We all fam. I love y'all, for real. How you doing, MJ, right? Why you roll? What's up, MJ? I hope you're doing well, MJ. I appreciate you being here. I apologize for not accepting your request, but like I said, I am loving on my family right now, and I do consider these people family, my TT family. So I gotta do what I gotta do. They support me the most, so I gotta return that love because I don't see them often. Because the app is the op. I will always stress that. I know they've been trying to shadow ban my account, y'all. So if y'all get a chance, man, can y'all show my page some love, like real talk, and please start sending me y'all videos. I'm gonna have to pull up on y'all. Now let me stop. No, I'm glad to hear you. I'm so glad you're here, Nikita. No, real talk. Thank you so much for my potato man. That meant so much to me. Real talk. Like I got a stuffed animal right here next to me. Like when I tell y'all that stuffed animals and little cute stuff like that, oh y'all, if y'all see me buy stuff from the TikTok shop, hey, that's just what it is. Alright. If you ever want to send me something, send me, hey, get a potato man made for me. Alright? That's my request. Because I love it. I love it so much. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Beauty One Dimple. How are you? It's good to see you. This is another good creator, y'all. I got to start pinning y'all. I'm just in here talking. Hold on one second. Let me see. It's another good creator. Hi, Unique. Hi, Beautiful. I'm going to tag you. I'm going to pin you in a second. Y'all, Beauty One Dimple is amazing. Good spirited woman. She provides and cultivates a good environment for her family as well. Beautiful soul. Okay, good Southern soul. Okay, Unique, same thing. She good people, beautiful woman inside and out. Once again, she cultivates a safe environment for her family. Both of them have been married, I believe, for over a decade. Yeah, they just both. I think Unique just celebrated her anniversary with her husband. So congratulations to her. Congratulations, Unique, for that. Also, Britt, I'm not sure if you're still in here, but if you can put a comment, that would be great. Congratulations again to you. I know that was like maybe a few weeks ago, but still, congratulations. Oh, yeah. Please support when you can. I'm not forcing nobody. I'm just saying support when you can. I do appreciate y'all, for real. Thank you so much, Hershey. Thank you for the ghost. I'm so sorry I recognized that late, but thank you so much. Why you laughing? What'd I say? I forgot. Yeah, I'll be talking fast, man. I don't know what I said, but hey, shout out to them laughs, though. Real talk. Shout out to the laughs. Oh, man. Hey, yo, random mom, yes. Squishmallows are my... Yo, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Actually, nah, I'm sorry. She looking real bad right now. But I got a Squishmallow. Let me make sure I'm legit, because I don't want to be false advertising. Yes, facts. I got a Squishmallow right next to me right now. Amazing. It's so cute. It's an ice cream cone. It's too cute, bruh. I sleep with that thing every night. Facts. Like, I'm such a kid, bro. I'm such a big kid. And I don't care. Okay? I don't care. Straight up. I'm going to do what I do because I'm a grown woman and I can do what I do. Period. No, for real. No, absolutely. I told y'all, I said this yesterday. I'm going to always give my flowers no matter what. Because you just never know nowadays, y'all. We losing people losing family. Like, it's a tender time, right? That's why I put this up. It's a tender time. We not even coming together as a family no more. So when I do see families, I'm like, man, what's up? I'm supporting you. And please know, I support y'all because I know we need support. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be realistic with the conversation. Even if I don't really like all the content, who gonna like everybody content all the time? That's so unrealistic. We got to stop being fake. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna share it because I know I'm trying to push you through the algorithm. Facts. Because I love you and I consider you as family on here. Let's do this. You my mutual, we mutuals. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to support you. You support me. Let's go. And it's not even no tit for tat thing. It's just reality. Like, I want to see you win. I know you want to see me win. Let's go ahead and get to it. Right? Let's hop in that bag together. And that's all I ever wanted. Thank y'all so much for these likes, man. I'm almost at 8K. Thank y'all. Wow. Hold on, let me pin that real quick. Shout out to you. Hold on, let me do a clap real quick. I forgot about the sounds and stuff. I don't be trying to do that too much. It's kind of early. But I'm gonna do it anyway because I feel like it. Let's go. So shout out to you because you already know, man, marriage is tough, marriage is hard, and the fact that y'all been married over a decade is amazing. So make sure y'all, if y'all want to get some advice, same thing. Random mom, is you in here still? Hold on, girl. Oh, okay, baby. Let me try to get you pinned too. Random mom, y'all, I gotta shout her out. Okay, I gotta shout her out because she the OG from the OG. She's a A1 day one. Facts. Once again, the app and the people, some of the people on here are very dramatic. And let's just say it's drama on here, but one thing she don't do is drama, y'all. That's a fact. One thing she gonna do is address something and move forward and hash it out. She don't let nothing fester, y'all. You hear me? So this is a good woman. She's trustworthy. She's also been married, if I'm not mistaken, over a decade. I think she just recently had a grandchild, so congratulations to her. Let me go ahead and do a clap for you. Yeah. Congratulations, because I heard about it through the grapevine. I don't be nosy, but I do be nosy. Yes, I do be all in y'all business because I feel like it. No, I'm playing. That is so funny, dude. Like, they crack me up with these. Man, too much. You understand what I'm saying? Too much. Hey, I can't do it, honey. Hi, Bear. Hi, everybody just came in. I'm not sure who's here, but thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. Wow. Let me go ahead and pin that because man, that's smile. Hold on. Let's go. Married? Beauty or just together? I got to know that clarification because that's amazing right there. You got to celebrate this real quick before I get in on this topic because boy, oh boy. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you. I'm going to go ahead and get started at 10K then, y'all. I'm going to get started with the topic at 10K, whoever decides to stay in here. But yeah, I had to love on y'all first because y'all my people for real. I got many types of Squashmallows fans like, hey, man, let me tell you, all right? I'm going to have it by any means. And you know who got me this? Wolf. He know what I like. Let me tell you something. We may not see eye to eye sometimes, but that man know what I like. All right? He know I love me some cute stuff. And I'm a ride for my cute stuff. You hit me? That's it. You're not going to change my mind. I'm sorry. I'm grown and I do what I want. That's it. No, for real, it is. It is. Too much hate, Nikita. I'm not going. I can't stand for it. I'm sorry. One thing I have built my platform on is straight up positivity. I might do some little petty stuff and some comedy every now and then, but for the most part, my algorithm is very safe. Very safe. I don't get a lot of drama. I don't get a lot of I don't do that. I'm gonna be real. If I'm ever caught in something, it's because I got influence. It's not because of my own malice or my own will, my own initiative. I'm telling y'all that right now because I'm very trusting, and when I trust you, I trust your judgment as well, right? I trust that. So I'm going to trust you with certain things that I may judge similarly. So let's just say that goes south. I'm going to still step aside of that and realize, dang, I might be wrong. Let me go ahead and do a mental shift. That's just what it is. So I don't mind going back doing damage control. I don't mind going back and resurfacing some things that need to be resurfaced because at the end of the day, I'm grown. We grown. Like, we got to handle that. And I ain't got time to be taking this to the next life. It's just not happening, honey. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's just not going. So I will be starting over. This is me starting over. This is me refreshing my algorithm because I need to start over. I need to present myself to be different and what I intentionally started this for in the beginning. Like, I do pride myself on positivity because that's what I have to do. That's what we must do as a people. Real talk. For our community, for outside, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Because love is love, y'all. And it's so powerful. It's just the most powerful energy. And we be taking it for granted. We can't do that. Like, it's so expensive. We got to treat it as such. That's all I'm saying, right? It should be a requirement, nonetheless. nonetheless, thank y'all for being here, man. 11 beautiful people in the room. Thank y'all so much. We almost at 10K. Like, thank y'all for the taps and the gifts. Oh, such an honor. We definitely need less people, so I'm okay with it. Hey, Morgan, I can't even argue with you, hon. I can't. All love, Nikita. I appreciate you still being here. Thank you, Random Mom. Thank you. Appreciate you too, hon. Always, always. Let me go ahead and pin that. Let me go ahead and pin you real quick. Appreciate you. How you doing, Unique? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Interesting topic, right, Patrice? I'm trying to tell you. Let me know if you want to come up and talk about it. The boxes are open. I'm about to hit 10K. So if anybody wanted to come up and talk about it, we can go ahead and go back and forth and do some we could bounce ideas, no problem. Yeah, you guys, make sure y'all connect with the people that's coming in. Once again, I'm always verified and certified with the people that come in here. I'm never going to recommend anyone that's just not good. I'm telling you that right now. So anybody you see come in here and I recognize or is being responded to in the chat, please know. Please know. So yes, we are officially at 10K. I'm going to go ahead and start with the topic. I'm going to open up the requests for the boxes and you guys let me know if you want to come up and talk about it. But I'm going to go back and read some of these comments as well so we can just go ahead and go from there. 1 second. Hope everyone's having a good day. And it's positive so far. How you doing, Patrice? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, Unique. Good to see you. Let's see if I can pin this real quick. How are you, Panda Wanda? How are you? Some of us simply don't want children for a plethora of reasons. If you don't mind coming up, I don't mind. But if you want to just stay active in the chat, I'm with that. Yes. No, you're absolutely correct. Some of us simply don't want children for plethora. A plethora. That's one of my favorite words, too. I love that word. Bring that back. Bring plethora back on the reg. We don't, let's just say this, right? I was talking about this earlier because let's be honest. Certain people don't deserve children. The people I just shouted out in here, they deserve those kids because they want those kids. And they cultivate an important environment for them. Make sure you guys connect with the people I was talking about earlier. I'm sure you guys saw them pinned. Make sure you guys look at the first few. Hold on 1 second. A lot of good people in here. And the first few, those are really good people. So make sure y'all connect with them, okay? But as far as cultivating an important and safe environment for your children, that is the focus. And if that is not the focus really set alone, what we doing, man? What we doing? And that's why you got people out here. You got so many women on TikTok. Look, I know this is an issue. All right, this been the beef. But you can't get mad at these women talking about, I don't want no kids. When look at this. Look at the world, y'all. I know the world has always been risky. But you know what? I was watching a movie last night. Y'all remember Apocalypto? Is that what it was called? But y'all remember Buddy running through the forest and they came in, Salvo, he just ransacked his village. You know what I'm saying? They murked some people. They left the kids, took them across the forest, all type of stuff, across the lands for like 2 days to a whole nother village. Some of them got sacked. It was crazy. But I'm like, yo, I hate to be petty, but it was like, yo, y'all been on the BS this whole time. And when I say y'all, I mean MEN. I don't want to say it, but some MEN, okay, have been doing the most for thousands of years. It's been selfishness and ego-based. At one point, we didn't have a say. Women didn't have a say. That's crazy, dog. So now that women have a say now to say no, so many men often, right? So many men often be complaining, talking about all these girls out here just having these kids, yada, yada. That mean they been lying, right? That mean y'all been lying because how do you explain this? How do you explain this? You can't. It's like, look at the birth rate. This is everybody in the U.S., okay? Declining since 2007 with the 2% annual average decline from 2007 to, we about to hit 2025. This is from 2023. The number of births in the U.S. declined by 2% and the birth rate declined by 3%. Come on, man. So it's just inclining come on, man. Inclination is crazy. Like point blank period, bro. The decline in birth rates is expected to lead to a reduced number of college-age students in 2025. Which is known as the enrollment cliff. However, other factors are also affecting higher education enrollment, such as students entering workforce earlier and others pursuing higher education later in life. Yo, they talking about college. Baby, we might not even make it there. Baby, we not going to make it there. What are you talking about? Let me tell you something. Kids are struggling now in these schools. Like what? Talking about the workforce. Are y'all really concerned about these people entering the workforce when they already don't want to do it now? You already concerned about the next SLAVESs. That's crazy, dog. Like, no, the selfishness is out of pocket, and I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm one of the lucky ones who can't have children and doesn't want children. Morgan. Okay, well, you said lucky, so I'm not gonna put any pity on you. But wow, I heard some people that can't later on actually want, and they can't still, but some do, and they end up having children later because of their mindset change. And I'm not, forcing anything on you, but shout out to that decision. Shout out to that sound decision that you've made. If this is something that you always felt like you didn't want to do, I do respect you for it, because it's too many people out here having children and doing that little switch up thing. Like babies are just like, a given. No. Once you have them, and they are yours. And you are supposed to honor them and cultivate a safe environment for them to feel comfortable and be who they are. I don't understand how that's not the goal. That's not the focus. And that's how we got here. Like I said before, and I'm not trying to drag on nobody, but this is why. Thank you so much for the follow, Morgan. I'm gonna hit you up after this. This is why, right? So many people are not doing it anymore. They're not gonna fall for the garbage. Oh, I'm in love. I'm so in love. I'm so enthralled with this person. No, you're not, B. No, you're not. It's just emotions. They're actually, honestly, and I hate to say this, but displaced. Like, let's be real. And that's what I'm saying. They're the ones that had the most kids. It's like, yo, look, I understand kids are going to be challenging, right? But if we're supposed to, if the main focus is them actually being contributing citizens, and I'm not talking about SLAVSs, okay, going to some job and just even away. I'm talking about them being contributing society members, okay, where they are also benefiting from society, but giving right back. It's a give and take, y'all. This is why the barter system back in the day worked. Oh, okay, I'm giving you my daughter. You're going to provide her for this, and I'm going to, in payment and also exchange, I'm going to give you this. I know that was kind of messed up in this example, but I do understand the logic with that. I do. And that it was some sort of honor with that. But now I don't know. It just seems like everything is just all over the place. And there isn't a lot of honor. There isn't a lot of nobility in relationships. Like, we're not doing that no more. And this is why we're here. People are tired of dealing with the BS. Like, real talk. Okay, so Random Mom says, my 13-year-old told me he don't want kids or a partner. He legit said he's afraid. Hold on, I can't even read it, dude. Hold on, what? You're not gonna let me let it? What? Okay, whatever. I gotta unpin it, y'all, because they not even letting me read it from the pen. Like, what is y'all on, bro? Okay, my 13-year-old told me he don't want kids or partner. He legit said he's afraid of heartbreak and cheater. You see what I'm saying, Random? And it's like, can you really be upset about that? You can't force no mindset on your kids. I will be scared too. If me and Wolf don't work out, honey, please. I told him, I said, baby, you it. You are it, honey. I'm not trying this again. It's just going to be me dating and doing what I do. But it's not going to be doing the most and starting over again. I'm sorry. It's going to be a long time for that, because I know I have to, as far as we talking about mindset shift, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to DIE, period. It's time to start over mentally, baby. It's time to regroup. That's very crucial. That's very important when you are starting a new life, beginning a new life with somebody. How dare you bring that same old skin to the new relationship? That's crazy. The same heart, right? No, the same mind, the same. No. You gotta switch. You gotta definitely switch that up. And this is why people keep going and bouncing in relationships, and they not really succeeding. I'm sorry, honey, but you got to get rid of some of that. So I can't even say that because they're going to freaking around and beat the account. Let me keep going though. Patrice, I don't think people understand what it takes to raise children. Child, let me pin that, because this is the whole point of me doing this in the first place. Welcome in, Alicia. How you doing? Dude, and welcome in everybody just came in. I love y'all. Dude, why? I don't think people understand what it takes to raise children, and that's why I'm doing this. Yo, I think at this point, people are understanding that, hey, man, if the economy ain't getting better, right? If the people ain't getting better, if we unhealthy out here, allegedly we not eating real food, honey, please. Child, please. At one point, we had land. At one point, we was growing and doing. I'm not saying we can't do that now, y'all. I know we doing it. And shout out to all my gardeners, okay? Shout out to all of them. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and try to say and justify why or try to push back on people that genuinely don't want to have kids. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Let's be real. If you really cannot, I'm sorry. I know this is very tough because life is not guaranteed. But if you can't solidify some things for your children, I'm sorry, dog. You don't deserve them. And that's just reality. And I know it's so harsh to say. And honestly, and for real, and like, this is why I made that video. I don't know if y'all saw it on my page, but I basically said, I don't know why a lot of people assume that most people made their children out of love. Because you didn't, dog. You didn't. You know doggone well you was in the back of a truck, he just hot and passion. Hot and heavy. You feel me? Whole time, it wasn't no love there, no recognition for the person, their soul, anything, right? Anything. And it's like, yo, we really out here having babies like that? That's wild to me, dog. That's wild to me. That's not okay. But then you want to judge people that they get abortions? Nah, dog. Now what I don't justify is serial abortions. Yeah, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to speak in code, so I don't get this bad boy flag. But yo, I can't stand for that. I can't stand for the hypocrisy, and I will never do it. I'm always going to stand for a woman's choice and what she feels as though is best for her body. But the pointing fingers, look, man, we all got a hand in this. We all got a hand in this, and we got to stop acting like we don't. Let's just be real. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate that. Yo, like, welcome in, Monet. Good to see you. These kids are entitled, and I'm not gonna hold it. And because it comes from the parents. Let's be real. We can't sit here and blame the kids because look how they be acting. It comes from the parents. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all going in this chat. Hold on. Yeah, if we don't vote, it will be that way again. Hold on, let me go ahead. My bad. I did not mean to translate that. I was trying to pin that. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, Zia, welcome in. I'm so sorry if I'm supposed to say Zay. If we don't vote, it will be that way again. That's what she said. So people that do find power in numbers in the political spectrum, I definitely support that. I'm not too savvy in that, but anyone that wants to send me information on how voting is going to help us, please. And voting for who? I do want to get more information about local government. I'm currently in California, so anyone that knows a lot, I'm doing my own research as well, but a lot of people do be knowing about this political shit more than I do, so whatever you know, send it to me. I'm all down to listen. Thank you so much for that. Welcome in, Alicia. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Welcome in, Jen. How are you? Happy Tuesday. I really appreciated your live yesterday. It was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that vulnerable part about you. It was nice to get to know you more. Very much so. Good day, Monet. Good day. I don't know if you're still in here, but thank you so much for stopping in. I do appreciate you. Morgan, let me pin you real quick. I appreciate your contribution in the chat, by the way. I'm a housewife and lack the respect I get because I'm home without kids. Oh, man. Morgan. Oh, Morgan. Oh, Morgan, girl, I'm gonna have to. Hi, Ravi. Hi. Thank you so much. Hey, can you do, for people that's in here, you mind dropping something in the chat so I can recognize you, please? You know, even if it's not a contribution to the conversation, I still want to recognize you because I love to give that recognition to people that support me. So thank you so much for being here. Yes. Morgan, we're going to have a talk outside the app, honey. Okay? Nah. Thank you again for that follow. I do appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I really do. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the bracelets. Thank you for everything, guys. Thank you for the task. We're at 14K. Thank you. Look, listen, I told my husband the same thing. Child, you got to. Hi, Melanated Nectar. How are you? I knew I was never going to be a mom. I'm 95. In 95, when all my friends was getting preggo, their dudes. See? Let me pin that real quick. And I know y'all heard this story. This is the same old, shout. See, dudes in the streets. Man, what you talking about, random mom turning to Phoenix? Child, look, in the street. Dude be out here dogging her like a mofo. Meanwhile, she in the crib being Miss Housewife, right? And he out here dogging the neighborhood, straight up. And she has no idea, or maybe she does have an idea. Remember at one point, y'all, that was the thing. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Really? I'm sorry, but y'all can't never come at our music talking about we was glorifying the underbelly, but yet y'all talking about I'm your pusher? Are you kidding me? How dare you, man? How dare y'all disrespect us in our generation? Real talk. That's mad disrespectful. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to get too sidetracked. But that's wild to me. Like all type of music that was low key on the fringe. You feel me? But we let slide because it was older people. Yeah, if you don't slide up out of here with that hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy for me, honey. Oh, absolutely, High Skull. Absolutely. This is exactly what they want. For sure. But can you be mad though? I understand children are a beautiful thing, they're a gift, but that's exactly where they should stay. And when you bring these children into this world and you don't treat them as a gift, you don't keep treating them as if they're gifts. They are. And we're not doing that. Remember, we used to be kids, y'all. Y'all forgot. Hello, speaking from a former child here, okay? A former child. Let's keep it a buck. Based off your environment and how your parents raised you, how do you feel now as an adult? Put that in the chat, please. You don't have to get too vulnerable, but I do want to hear a little bit about it. I want to know about y'all. Real talk. We fam right now, right? Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Bruh, I know for a fact, okay? For a fact, a lot of people went through some of the similar things I went through, okay? I said it honestly, in my opinion, y'all, I feel like my parents didn't make me out of love. They made me out of desperation and selfishness. That's what I feel in my heart. This is not me trying to choose an identity or be depressed or people pity me. No, honey. I know what the spiritual game is. And I know when they say make love, I feel like my parents didn't do that. Factually. I got way too much rage. I got a lot in me that I can't understand. And that's where them generational curses come from. We're having premarital smacks. Not saying that was the case for my situation because no, my parents are married, all the cases. But in the end, a lot of things just don't make sense. It just doesn't add up. And I know a lot of kids that's later adults are walking around with that same mindset and they don't understand what's wrong with them. That was my video. A lot of people don't make their kids. Please go check out that video, y'all. Support that video. Push that out into the algorithm because more people need to see that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to change it because I had to move it back to friends. But I'm going to make it public because that's a message to people. I know it's unpopular and I said it in the beginning. Okay, disclaimer. Okay, it's very unpopular, but it's very true. It's valid. That's all I'm saying. One reason that women were spitting out multiple children was because they didn't have what we have. And that's another thing. In the movie Apocalypto last night, so many kids in that village, they got left. So many, and y'all know how the story started off, right? They was all talking in the forest, doing the hunting or whatever, and he finally got back to the village. And then the mom came out and was like, look, I want you to make them grandchildren. Get in there and make them grandchildren. I know y'all remember. That's that Mel Gibson movie, Buddy Was Running Through the Forest. Bruh, all them kids, right? They came in there and just straight up ransacked the village, right? Took the chilies. I'm gonna call AB's chilies right now because I don't want to keep saying that because the algorithm. I'm not trying to get clipped, y'all. They took the chilies, or not took the chilies, but left the chilies there, and I'm just like, yo, like you just gonna leave them? That's crazy. But at the end of the day, they didn't do nothing to them though, so I guess it's kind of merciful, cool. But they did, off some people and they did some other stuff too. That's wild. Like, yo, and then they just left there because y'all thought in y'all head that it was a decent environment for them. Maybe it wasn't. And at that time, it was, well, I'm not going to say it was worse because it probably was a lot of diseases and all that other stuff. But this was right before colonization. Right before. Y'all know the story was about the Mayans. You know what's up. So that's what I'm saying. You saw the type of stuff they was doing. What they were allowing. And it's like, yo, y'all been like this the whole time? This is what y'all been doing, whether it's gang stuff, that was the gang stuff back in the day. That mean y'all been on the same fuckery for all this time, bruh. Y'all been still living in this ego and selfishness all this time with these kids, with these chilies. That's crazy to me, dog. And we still having the same conversation after thousands of years. Wow. That's amazing. I can't stand for it though no more. I'm sorry. And I think a lot of people feel the way I feel. No, we need to stop. It doesn't need to be a continual. We need to keep having. No, we don't, bruh. No, we don't. Stop trying to force. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Okay, anybody seen the Mean Girls? You know where that reference came from. But stop trying to make fetch happen. Shorty, real talk. Everybody don't need to have kids and stop tweaking. I'm sorry. I got to get a little hood on them because people are not listening. Okay, children are growing up. The mental health rate. Why is mental health the main word searchable on Google right now? It's mental health. That means we are in a crisis, my loves. Family, we in a crisis. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all of that. It's all under an act, okay? Y'all know what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to speak in code. Okay, so we're not too preachy on here. But y'all, I'm just speaking a little bit of what I see, a little bit of what I know, and what I have experienced. And it's been UGLY like a mofo. And I don't want to wish this on nobody. Y'all, the energy I feel in my soul, like, y'all, it ain't right all the way, right? I'm okay. I'm good mentally, but am I? It's a lot of people questioning themselves right now because stuff ain't right. The world ain't right. Look at the TV, man. Are y'all seeing it? Are y'all seeing what's going on right now, huh? Are y'all paying attention? Or are people still trying to live in a fantasy bubble, okay? And force other people to go in that fantasy bubble. Stop doing that, please. The Chili's are suffering. Do you understand me? They suffering, huh? We got to let it go. We got to stop being selfish and understand and be real with ourselves and just realize, dang, man, I don't need to have them. I don't need to have them Chili's, bro. I'm going to go ahead and push that off. Respectfully. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to get too preachy. I'm going to go ahead and hit back to the chat, including BC, Financial Anatomy. Yo. And this is what I'm saying. Come on. At one point, it was just, no, shorty, you gonna have my chili, and you don't get no argument. Excuse me? That's wild to me, dog. That's wild. You talking about I don't have no say in my own body, in my own come on, my own autonomy? That was the thing. And they used to just throw bread at us, excuse me, and throw resources, right? You used to throw resources before, the legit currency we have, or the currency we have now is bargain trade. Bruh. Come on, man. And honestly, I feel like in my hearts of hearts, we got to go back to that. Shout out to bargaining trade. All right. Hashtag bargaining trade. Facts. 22 beautiful people in the room. Thank y'all for being here. People out here glorifying cheating. Man, let me go ahead and pin that. And that's what I'm talking about. There's so many angles we can go with this final result, right? This final result. People are out here glorifying cheating. Are you kidding me? Bruh. Stop playing with me, man. And we wonder why people talking about, I ain't trying to have them Chili's. Morgan just said she felt like she not respected and ain't even no Chili's there. So imagine when Chili's get there. Morgan, I'm so sorry you dealing with that. Okay, I'm sending you peace and love. Thank you so much for that FYP tag. I appreciate you, Pico. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the heart meet. Thank you for joining my team. Thank y'all, everybody joining my team. I appreciate that. But it is harsh though. It don't feel good, Monet. Real talk. It don't feel good to hear this stuff, man. Like, you know how bad I want to hop on here and just be all love, baby. I can't. It's not even in me to do that. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Yo, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way I can get on here and do that. I'll be faked in a mofo. I'm sorry. Because even though I started my platform off mad positive, right, I still eventually had to put that reel out. Like, hey, man, the world ain't right. Are you hearing me? The world's not right. People ain't right. The soul not right. The spirit not right. The mind not right. That's it. So if that's the case, what are we doing about that? You got people going to the internet crying their heart out, man. And people in the comments laughing. Excuse me? Someone's pain is funny now? Huh? Social media has glorified laughing and enjoying someone's pain. We are animals now. We might as well call ourselves, come on, man. We be on this app keying at people's demise. We are disgusting. Come on now. And I say we because we all have a play a part. We all contribute to the system. So until we walk away in general, let's be real. Come on. I'm sorry. It's like, yo, we keep saying what we gonna do and what we not gonna do, and we still do it. It's time to stand on that. Be about it. People ain't really about it like that. Come on, man. Y'all not ready for that war, man. You really got it in you, please. Huh? You finna walk away from that store? You finna walk away from that hospital? Huh? No, you not. You finna walk away from them pills? No, you not. You're not ready. And I understand we all have our own fights. We all have our own. But, yo, we know we stronger than what this is, man. We stronger than this fight we putting up. You know that, man. Come on. Come on. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. We just chatting it up. Bruh, come on, man. Like, please. I absolutely. Thank you so much, Morgan. I appreciate all your contributions tonight. You have a great one. Or today. Thank you so much. Child ain't gonna clean itself out. You hear me? Let me go ahead and pin that right quick before you head up out. Y'all make sure y'all connect with Morgan. She good people, man. She came in here and she threw down on this perspective. I do appreciate that. Rich Rising, Coach Jen. Make sure y'all connect with Coach Jen. We as part of this, we touched on mental health. She is a mental health coach. She's been at, if I'm not mistaken, for over a decade. She's good people, y'all. She one of my day ones. She's a definite supporter. She be in these streets and not like that. Okay, she be in these business streets. Facts. She make all type of connections. So make sure y'all connect, man. Straight up. I'm gonna always pour on my people in between the stream because that's what I do. I put family first, and as everyone else should, and your mutuals after that. But moving forward, thank you so much for sharing the live, Pico. I appreciate that. Cass says, infertility rates are the highest they've ever been. Come on now. Come on. Cook, bruh. Cook. Come on, Cass. Put the truth up. You know we playing games. Infertility rates are the highest they've ever been. Anybody want to talk about that? You know, I follow doctors, right, that have been helping women with, allegedly have been helping women with fertility rates for over a decade. 2 decades, as a matter of fact. I would recommend his name, but I don't even want to do that. If y'all want to know, inbox me later. But bruh, when I say this man been on YouTube for years, coaching, teaching, and if you don't do the research yourself, if you don't take the time out your day to really get out here and search for these people, they are going to be deleted, if you know what I mean. So we have to support our people. And this ain't ace based. This is community. This is mindset based. You know we all can agree on a lot of things, so we got to stick with that. Whoever is with you, mind and heart, stick with them. Real talk. That's it. Thank y'all so much for lighting up that gallery. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Monet. I do appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all support Monet, man. She good people, bro. Real talk. It's a good woman right here. This is another one that's been married, if I'm not mistaken. She also cultivates a very safe environment for her children as well. For her chilies as well. Very incredible woman. Good energy. Like I said, anybody I recommend y'all is verifiable. Facts. You don't need to go and search any further. These are really good people always. Oh my goodness, I gotta pin my girl, man. This is a for sure A1 day one. This is actually one of my this is one of my fams on here, for real. We connect. We have been connecting very strongly lately, having very deep conversations. Very good woman. Good soul. Okay. She makes me feel the hope that I see for it. It's like restored when I talk to her. I feel like I can start a new life when I talk to her. Real talk, y'all. Follow these. Make sure y'all connect with these people, man. Alicia, good people, man. She always pull up to support. Oh, I'm sorry, Alicia. I didn't mean to send you an invite, but if you wanted to come up, I don't mind. Please make sure y'all connect, man. Oh, here we go. Thank you so much for dropping that comment. Everybody that's in here, if you don't mind dropping a comment, please do, so I can make sure that I recognize you, because I always want to make sure I recognize people that's in here supporting me. Always. I don't care if we just met, you haven't followed me. I don't care. I don't mind pinning you because I just want to recognize you, especially if you're putting some contributions in my chat. Absolutely. Because y'all keeping my chat rolling is actually pushing it to the FYP. So I do appreciate y'all for that. Y'all doing that. It's about voting locally and health-based policy. I definitely agree with that, Cass. I definitely agree with that. For sure. And people have been coming on my platform and stressing how we do need to vote vocally. So as I've said before, anybody in here that has, correct, immediate information about voting locally, send it to me. Please. My email is in my bio. Flood it. I encourage it. Because I'm not the one that's not going to read it. I have plenty of free time. And I would love to research and dive deep into whatever needs to be discussed. Because I do want to have more conversations like this, and I will. Usually I had a show. This is, I guess if you want to call it, if you will, this is True Tuesdays. So welcome, guys. Welcome. I did redo the name to Tea Tuesdays, but that, I don't know. It's loose. But yeah. Welcome to this truth. This is honest, real, and raw. How we going to take it? That's just what it is. Because we know that this conversation is more layered than just, the birth rates are lowering. Get out of here, dog. We know why the birth rates are lowering. We just had a whole run through of all these reasons as to why people not having kids. Always, Jen. Always. Stay excellent. And what I'm not going to do is make excuses for stupidity. And that's what we got to stop doing. Okay? Justifying stupidity. We got to stop. Come on now. I just told you, gave you an example of what they was doing back in the day. And this was back in the day with ancestors we thought was smarter than us. Obviously, they weren't if they was doing that. They was out here acting like straight up barbarians. Come on, man. Our brain was not that developed. It couldn't have been if we was doing that. Y'all remember that movie? Come on, man. Go watch that movie, y'all. Rates Real Talk. Probably was fire. Shout out to Mel Gibson. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm hoping that wasn't like some Hollywood spin of like what they thought happened versus what actually happened. Because that's going to piss me off. But that's neither here or there. Shout out to Hollywood. Okay. Zay. It's a double standard for men and women in this country, and they're trying to take away our rights. Come on now. Come on. And I know y'all don't even want to talk about the whole men versus women, but this is why that conversation is so, this is why that conversation keeps coming back, and it's not going to go away. The double standards. I know y'all cannot stand talking about it, but I don't care. We got to dive on that because we know that we allow men to just do whatever And even some women, let's keep it a buck, especially if you look a certain way. Certain men enable behavior in certain women, and we gotta shut that down. I'm sorry. I'm a woman in here, and I'm here to tell you, us living in some of that privilege is very dangerous for the society, allegedly. It's very dangerous for the society because you got people walking around with this entitlement and they feel like they deserve it, and that's not cool. It needs to be checked. You got so many people out here. But once again, this stems from having parents that did not parent you. I say this all the time. This is no disrespect to any workers, okay, any ex-workers. But honey, a HOE didn't raise me, baby. A HOE did not raise me, baby. A 304 never raised me, honey, okay? A respectable woman raised me. She tried her best. She raised me with honor. Okay, and nobility. Even though I put up a haiku on my book talk page, y'all go check that out. That's my haiku I wrote about my past. To be honest, how you doing, Cora? Welcome in. Good to see you, bruh. And I basically was like, my mom. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me go ahead and pull that up real quick because I actually have it in my. I want y'all to see this because this has been my life for a long time, and it's like, oh shoot, okay, I can't even. Doggone it. But anyway, yeah, go check out my book talk 22.0. That's my back page. That's what I have. I'm going to be doing book promo and book reviews over there. And I'm going to be discussing a lot of my books. I'm going to be reading some excerpts from my books as well. I currently have a book that's published on Wattpad. It's called Old Habits, New Beginnings. I hope y'all go and check that out. It's so good, y'all. So good. It's been edited by a person in here. I'm not gonna shout her out. Actually, I will. What am I talking about? Shout out to Ravi. All right, period. She gave me some excellent editor's notes, and I really appreciate that. Shout out to Ravi, bro. All right, she told me I need to switch up some things, and I'm definitely gonna do that. So I'll be re-editing that and re-uploading very soon. But it's called Old Habits, New Beginnings. I hope y'all check that out though, for real. My page on there is I gotta change that too. But anyway, y'all. Yeah, it's so many angles with this conversation. This is so good. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all for being here. Thank you for y'all support. It means a lot. We're almost at 20K. It's 29 beautiful people in here. Thank y'all, man. Real talk. Y'all are amazing. You pregnant? Oh, congratulations, Ash. Let me pin you, hon. Hi, Crystal. Good to see you, love. Good to see you. How you doing, D? I think I'm seeing you, D. Good to see you, love. How you doing, Deb? Hey, Deb. Hey, Deb. How are you? Man, yeah, birth control plays a huge part in this, and I agree. I straight up agree. But y'all, love on Ash real quick, guys. She pregnant, man. She pregnant. Love on that woman, man. She happy. Come on, man. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you peace, blessings, all of that. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful delivery, and I hope all the people you love and care about are around you, and they put more love into you. Real talk. Who this requesting? Hi, Ravi. Come on in, girl. Wait, was that? Oh, okay. Oh, it didn't. Okay, was that a mistake? Okay, it's fine. I thought she was coming up. Hey, girl. But congratulations, Ash. Congratulations. Hold on, let me do a little sound effect for you, honey. Hey. Let's go, because I know we talking about birth rates lowering, but here goes somebody pregnant. She pregnant. I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to you and your family. And I hope thank you so much, Stacy. I'm so sorry I missed you earlier, bro. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All y'all support means so much to me. Like, y'all being here in this chat, like, man, yo. I'm on the brink of tears. Real talk. I love y'all so much. It's such an honor to have y'all in here always. Because y'all really spending time with me, and it means a lot. Man, look, Monet. Who you telling? Who are you telling? I feel I have surpassed my mom in being a loving mother. Man, you better walk in that. Let me go ahead and clap for that too, man. We gotta clap for that. Come on. Yes. And that's on period. Okay, that's something to celebrate. And honestly, that's what we need. Okay, and I think that's why, for better senses, God gives certain people certain kids. Like, let's be real. That's why he gives and serves the universe, whatever you want to call it. That's where it comes from. Okay, real talk, because it has to be from your soul. You have to be it has to be something in you. It has to be a trust. Man, look, you got to, because I'm trying to, oh man, I'm sorry, Alicia. Y'all love on my girl, Alicia, real quick. All right. Love on my girl, Alicia. She said she never felt love. She got to feel that love right now though. You gonna feel that love in my room though. I love you, Alicia. Okay? If that means anything to you, honey, I love you. And I hope you're doing well. Real talk. I'm sending you all the love and all the blessings. Good, it's dangerous to be man, don't say that. Don't say that, Driz. It is, though. It is. Oh, honey, don't say that. But you're right. And that's what scares me. And that's what brings me so much fear, because I'm like, oh my goodness, it's really people out here and they don't have a safe environment for their chilies. They just don't. And it's like, yo, oh my God, what are we going to do to change that? Like, real talk, what are we going to do? Because we can't just keep, but seeing this, okay, birth rate decline. I know part of it is because of the powers that be and their hidden agendas allegedly, but some of this is also on us. So I'm just speaking to what I can change, and that's us. We can change, guys. That's it. It just starts with a simple mindset shift. That's it. And once we do that, we're going to be able to make incredible change. And that cultivation for these chilies is popping up. It's coming through. Thank y'all so much for the shares. I appreciate that. Hey, hi, Amy. Welcome in. I told my girls not to have kids. No healthcare, no pregnancy is too risky. Look, I'm pinning that. Because at the end of the day, she not lying. Am I wrong or am I right? What's up? Because that's just what it is. You cannot, and that's what I'm saying. You got people out here on the internet going in trying to judge this woman for her perspective. You crazy as hell. You crazy. How can you even say and judge how she thinks? That's wild to me. She's going to be responsible for those children. So how dare you try to speak on what she's not going to do when you got people out here literally having chilies just so they can look cute in the picture? That is so sad. No, that's something I'm not standing for. I'm going to tell you that much. I'm just not going for it. So don't bring that over here. I told you I don't do hypocrisy over here, honey. We keep it straight, real, and raw. And we're going to put it on the street. We're going to put it straight up on the table. What's up? We don't have nothing else. Like, that's it. Like, straight up, y'all. And I'm just saying, this ain't me just speaking on my neck. No, this is facts, bruh. I came with you. That is not fetch. Look, stop trying to make fetch happen, okay? Y'all, watch Mean Girls after this. That's my movie, bruh. Look, man. Uh-oh. Hey, Ravi. Come on in, girl. Hey. Hello, co-host. Good day to you. Now I take it for the load. They get on my nerves.
No, it was me. Hey, friend. I just wanted to pop on real fast. I'm so proud of you. And
thank you.
I popped in, and your room is just a popping, girl. So just you're doing a fantastic job. I didn't want to stop your flow, but I'm commuting, and I just wanted to give you my love.
Oh, I appreciate you, Ravi. Always. I love you. Thank you for being here.
Of course. But enjoy your show, y'all. Make sure, if you're not tapped into this wonderful woman, make sure you are tapped into her, because she has a wealth of information and great perspective. And with that, I'll see y'all later. Toodles.
Toodles. Yes, y'all. That's my girl, man. That's my girl. We done got incredibly close over the last few days. Let me tell y'all something, man. Sometimes the relationship must grow. You understand me, man? Y'all going crazy in this chat. Oh my, y'all, please don't make me cry today. Please, y'all. Okay, because I'll pull up on y'all. Real talk. Don't be making me in here tear up. I'm a gangster. You feel me? I'll be out here in the field. No, just play. I love y'all, man. Thank you for thank y'all for the follow. Man, y'all, don't make me cry, please, because y'all going crazy in this chat. Like, thank y'all, man. But it works as women's rights. Hey, and you absolutely correct, Tyree. You absolutely correct. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to judge. Like I said, I'm not going to judge nobody. I know I do it personally, right? Everybody bust their chops indoors, whatever. But for the most part, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to judge, man. I can't pass that. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do what I say in the house because this is what it is. Whatever. I got my own ego. I gotta battle, and I do it often, y'all. That's why I check it. I check it as often as I can. But as a society, okay, there is some things we gotta change. So we have to have those difficult conversations. I am not a parent yet, but I'll be damn before I bring any of this energy I feel into my chili. It will not happen, and I will guarantee that. Straight up. And if that's something that you're not going to walk in confidence in, I don't want to hear nothing. That shiftiness, I don't know. Nah, bruh. And that's how the chilies end up messed up later. And that's what I'm talking about. We can't do it, man. Okay? We don't need any more hurt individuals walking around feeling unloved, feeling unwanted. Y'all, that's not a good feeling. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Saw a few new faces and some familiars as well. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. This chat is very full, so I'm doing my best to manage it. I don't have my moderators in here right now, so I do apologize, guys. But thank y'all so much for the support. It means a lot to me. Let me see. Hi, Amber. Welcome in. I'm gonna pin you real quick so I can read it. Why are y'all not letting me pin comments? What is going on? They done took my own rights away. Whatever. I'm on the surrogate list because I wouldn't have a baby right now in this world. Shout out to you, Amber. Shout out to you. Shout out to Motherhood for You. And I'm sending you love. And I'm hoping that you have that there's a safe environment for your children and everything is peaceful. I'm gonna just keep it simple. Because despite the conversation that we're having, it is very inflammatory, but it's truth. And it does worry me of how people are being raised in the society. So it's just, it's just a conversation. I'm not here to offend anybody, and I hope I haven't. I love everybody. That's why my niece and nephews don't want to have kids. I'm trying to tell you, Deb, real talk, because at the end of the day, what are we doing? Why are you not letting me pin comments? I got some good people in here. Come on, y'all, dang. It's fine, whatever. We say no. And that's what I'm talking about. At one point, we couldn't even do that, Amy. Real talk. We couldn't even do that. And that's why I'm like, dang, we really didn't have no rights. They always talking about making jokes. I'm like, this ain't no joke, man. We really didn't have no rights, y'all. That's crazy to me. And it's people out here making laws about it right now, to this day. And they don't even look like us. They're not even women. What? You're making laws about my autonomy and I can't even, what? That's wild to me, dog. Like, nah. We can't stand for that. Sation, birth rate has declined because people can't afford kids in this economy and garbage. And that's all I'm saying. Heck, I'm so mad I can't pin these comments because y'all going in. Y'all are on fire. Thank y'all. Dude, thank you for the follow, Amy. I appreciate you. Look, man. Look, if I didn't say that already. Look, y'all see where we going. If I go to the grocery store one more time and bring home 3 bags and I spent $300, somebody getting this heat. Do you hear me? TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Yo, I'm just busting my chops. I'm trying to figure out why, okay? Why we're still justifying some of this. Because it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. We gotta be real. If you don't have that confidence, I don't know how many times I can stress this. If you don't have that confidence in your children, in your environment, what is you doing popping them legs open, shorty? Why are you out here popping? Huh? Take the coochie off the main line. Okay, hashtag take the coochie off the main line. Straight up. Take it off the meat rack because you tweaking. I'm sorry. Guys, come on. Get it off the rack. Like, doggone well you ain't supposed to be having no chilies, man. You ain't supposed to be having no chilies. I'm just saying, like, we got to be real. Right, I'm going to say, I don't want to think about, man, come on. Look, what are we doing? Thank you so much for the share, T-Baby. I appreciate you. Look, broke is a joke, Tiana. Broke is a joke. You a buster, homie. You a buster. And you out here talking about, I'm finna have like, no, you ain't, bro. Can't even get the words out because it's so dumb. Like, shut up. You're not doing anything. And I'm not trying to crap on nobody. I'm just telling you what it is. If you really don't have that in you, please stop wasting people's time. Please. Because this is the topic. Look, this is what we don't need to have. And this is why you have so many. I'm going to be real with you, y'all. This birth rate decline, it's because women are saying no. This ain't got nothing to do with no. Because if we just let y'all run how y'all run, I'm sorry, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. And this is not me shifting the blame or nothing. But at the end of the day, how do we get pregnant? Because we could be out here doing whatever. How do we, it's at the end of the day, who shoot what and who? I'm sorry. So where that responsibility kind of goes back on is still y'all. Now I know we still have it's still accountability on our end, but we gotta be real. Bro, you could have said no, but it's because we're walking away. We're saying, you know what? I can't do it no more. I'm out. Y'all don't even want to get me started on some of these books people write about their experiences within their marriage, and they're getting forced to have chilies. That's wild to me. They are here trapping. Like, I know that's supposed to be your wife, whatever, but she's not your property, dog. And it's people out here still looking at their partners like that. That is so sad. Like, nah, I can't stand for it. I'm sorry. Listen, I try to be positive on someone's page and I got attacked with negative responses. And that's what I'm talking about. You see what I mean, Deb? You can't even be real. It's like, how do you can't even be positive and somebody gonna give you back that? That's not cool, man. Like, that's just not cool. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like, yo, it's getting out of hand. A lot of times we can't even have this conversation for real because people are all up in arms. Talking about, you're offending me. No, I'm not, man. Like, no, I'm not, shorty. Like, just because you in your feelings don't mean I'm doing something deliberately to offend you. That's not how that works. Your feelings are not over fact. People got to understand that. Regardless of how you may feel, it is not over the facts. Okay? So regardless of how men feel, talking about, oh my God, the birth rate, because you know it's mainly men screaming at. It ain't women. It ain't us. Because we know what time it is. Who the ones that got to have these babies? Us. Who the one that hate chilies? Us. We got to have the chilies. So yes, we do have a final say so. Chill out. That's just the reality. And yes, we do need to be more responsible. And we finally are. Shout out to us, man. Shout out to us. Real talk. Got to speak that. All 3 of my kids are all BC babies. The pill and Now see, and that's what I'm talking about. If you meant to have them chilies, you're going to have the chilies. That's facts. There is no way around it. And people got to stop playing the game. Just stop. Period. And this is what I'm talking about. The Great Recession started in 2007. Dude, what did it say right here? It says the U.S. birth rate has been declining since 2007. Boom. That's it. Thank you so much, Robbie. I appreciate you. Thank you. Make sure y'all connect with everybody in here. It's good people, man. Real talk. I love the way you speak about people. Some of the way I do is important. Absolutely. I love you, Monet. Thank you for recognizing me. I appreciate that. That recognition means a lot. Yo, like, and that's why we mutuals. That's why we fam. You feel me? Bruh. I love people and I'm very passionate about a lot of this stuff because, yo, we really got to make better choices. And I say we because we're all in this. Even if I don't have kids, I'm still the community to provide a safe environment for the chilies. That's just what it is, bro. Whether I'm a teacher, a nurse, whatever the case may be, a coach, right? Any of that. That's what I'm saying. You still have to contribute to this society in some type of way. And you got people out here just like, nah, I'm good. What? You what? Nah, I'm good. Excuse me? Shorty, no. Absolutely not. It's healthcare and patriarchy for me. Child, Amy, don't get me started, all right? Don't get me started, Amy. Real talk. Because all I'm saying is, when we gonna fix that? Huh? Y'all out here still bigging up that shit? Come on, man. Get out of here, man. Miss me, dog. Miss me. Not having it in passing from having. Look, man. And exactly. Come on, chemicals. Get out of here. Thank you for the share. I appreciate you, Trees. Sabrina says, I can't afford another kid. That's why. Come on, Sabrina. Can we talk about the basic fact in the matter? We can't afford the kids in the first place. So why are we tweaking? Why are we tripping? Why you get mad? People talking about I ain't having no. Are you kidding? Look, if I hear another grandma talking about when you finna have them babies, if you don't get out of my face, grandma, if you don't slide up out of here, you know doggone well we don't. Come on now. Come on. Look at me right now. Look how I talk. The anxiety in my voice. Are you kidding me? I'm not having no babies right now. Please. No, absolutely not. Can't even help to say the word. My goodness. It's like, yo, I just, I can't stand for it. I'm sorry. I told Wolf, I said, look, bro, I laid the law down. I said, hey, baby, I love you, but look, until we can have them absolutes and guarantees, if we can't have the absolutes and guarantees, show you, I'll vote it out. Vote it out. Okay? Because I can't do it. Between hormones and other chemical and poor health care, come on, man. Come on, poor health care. If you don't get on, hi, Cora. Thank you so much. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. The 4B movement has started in America now. Exactly. Everybody talking about, oh, they over there. Quiet. Stop worrying about what they doing over there, okay? And concern yourself with what's happening on our soil. On our soil. We're having the same problem here. And I'll just be real with you. All this perspective I done gave y'all, and it's still a problem? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a problem. It's what it's what has to happen. I'm sorry. This is just will. That's it. This is just destiny, to be real with you. Okay? This is what needs to happen. Sorry. Like, people got to dial back. We got to regroup. Okay? We got to do a mindset shift. Because how many times we talk about, man, my parents might have messed me up. Facts. How many times, y'all, are we going to keep stressing this? Oh, my mental health this. I got to see this. How many kids now are starting therapy so early? And it's good. That's real good. But how we know all of them, it's like, yo, like, why? What's going on at home to the point where your baby already got to be in therapy at 8 years old? What's up? Isn't that kind of extreme? It's like it's a rite of passage as a child that you go through that kind of assists with that mental health, but it's natural. It's natural. And now we're kind of forcing it on our chilies. That's wild to me, man. But hey, what you gonna do, right? What you gonna do? I just work here, right? I just live here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta listen to me? Whatever. My mom wasn't an HOE, but they parentified me, and I've been raising them and my brother for 32 years. Now come on now, B. Look, you speaking that fact. You speaking that fact straight up, because how many parents talking about, I'm finna go out, man, you watch the kids. How many nights am I gonna watch the kids prepare all their meals and get them ready for school the next day? Sure, you raising them babies. Those are your babies. I think I just had a conversation with somebody recently. She was like, yo, my brothers and sisters are my babies. I forgot who I was talking about. I think it might have been Ravi. Yes. My brothers and sisters are my babies. I've heard that so many times. I'm sorry, I keep repeating the word. Gee, Chilies. We talking about Chilies, TikTok. Look, man, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying, y'all. And ain't nobody doing it. You see what I mean? I'm over here begging, pleading. Hey, man, please make me feel a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Please, not even my feelings, but just secure my fears. Like, can you dispel those for me, please? Please make me feel more confident to say congratulations to somebody that's carrying a chili. Real talk. Because yes, I said it to Ash earlier, but my fears are there. My fears are with everybody. Real talk. Because you just never know. It's always something happening. And I'm just like, yo, wait a minute. Before we keep continuing this, before we keep going, right? Acting like everything cool, because it's never been cool. Can we just like not? Because I know this is a drastic take, man. I don't know. The numbers might drop after this. But I'm going to be real with you. Some people that's walking around now ain't supposed to be here. Sorry, not sorry. They not supposed to be here. They don't contribute to society. They've been nothing but trouble, right? Can't be worked with. Some of them are just allegedly evil. It's like, yo, why are you here? Who made you? I know y'all been asking this question for decades. Who raised you? Real talk, because it couldn't be somebody saying. That's a fact. Like, I'm sorry. Hey, Sammy, welcome in. Yo, ain't no way, bro. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you. Thank you for the donut. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here, man. It's an honor to have you. Thank you. Child, man, happy Tuesday to you, Crystal. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry I'm getting late to the chat. It's 81 new comments that just came in. I do apologize. I'm trying to get to them, y'all. I really am. I'm working. Crystal, do you mind I make you a mod? I'm gonna make you a mod, okay? I'm gonna see if I can do that right now. Trying to see if I can do that. I don't know if I can. Can I not? What's going on? Let me make my girl a mod real quick. I'm sorry if you don't really want this, but do you mind helping me? Do you mind helping me right now? Because I don't know if Robbie's still in here, and I do need help. Monet, let me know if you don't mind being a mod too. I'm gonna make you a mod for now, just in case. Because for some reason, they're not letting me pin no comments, so maybe they'll let y'all pin some comments, because what is happening? Y'all are spitting that straight heat up in here, and I can't even pin it. It's kind of making me mad, but it's all right. Happy Tuesday, Crystal. Thank you for being here. YT P aren't having kids as much as that's all, and that's the truth. That is very valid. But also, we have declined as well because we know that the environment is not that safe. Let's keep it a buck. We know what be happening out here to our chilies. Let's keep it a buck. Congratulations, Ash. Congratulations, man. I'm mad late. We've been saying congratulations, Ash. Hilarious. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you, B. Hi, Sailor Shout. I'm going to go ahead and please y'all read Birth Strike by Jenny Brown. Did y'all hear that? Read Birth Strike by Jenny Brown. You can borrow it for free for your local library. Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate that. Good to see you, lovely. Good to see you. Let's see. Can we make the backdrop smaller so we can read the comments? I do. Oh, man. Okay. You said make it smaller. Yeesh. I wish I could, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if I can, because I don't want to leave the Doggone it, guys. I'm so sorry. I know I'm mad late. It's probably people left because they're like, girl, you didn't hear me? I'm so sorry. I don't think I can, guys. I could just change the background. I think I might do. So I'll be doing that. Just give me a second. Oh, that's not what I look for. My bad. Where is the... Okay, here we go. Wait, what? Let me see. Okay, what is going on? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out how to do this now. Stop the flow. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how to do it. I do apologize, y'all. Next time I'll be more mindful of that for sure. Hi, Justice. I don't know if you're still in here, but thank you for being here. I appreciate you. My mom, B says, my mom parentified me and my dad was a raging alcoholic. I was the mom. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's not an environment that was safe for her. Come on now. And now she got to live with that trauma for the rest of her life. That's the truth. She said, I got too much trauma to have kids and I've been working in therapy. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. And now she has to live with that hurt and pain. That's called a generational curse. And that's what I be saying, y'all. I'm sorry, but like, we got to stop passing that to our chilies. We got to stop doing that because we know we get becoming adults and we're not prepared for life. Now I'm not prepared for life and I'm out here living life with other people that are. And they don't understand me, nor do they want to understand me. And that's messed up. Straight up. Like, that's not cool. And they don't want to understand me. They just got me out here. And it's like, man, bro, like, and then you try to go talk to your parents. They don't want to hear it. They like, whatever, you grown, deal with it. Because they had to. Man, come on, man. How, really? That's toxic than a mofo. But go off, though. Man, look, Crystal, you're talking about your big age, my big age. All right? Straight up. I'm just now trying to dive into my shadow work bag. I'm like, yo, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to get it done. Believe that. Plus, America in the world feels real unstable. Very unstable. Very unstable, B. I'm sorry. Like, you got me bent. Like, it's just not, it's not where it needs to be for us. You know what I'm saying? And for these chilies, better actual education there, or less teen pregnancy. And that's what I'm saying. I agree. Less teen pregnancy. It's too much of that. Way too much of that. A lot of people have fertility issues. Exactly, Ivana. Exactly. Crystal, the world is always unstable, but it takes us raising and cultivating community and whatever fam we create. I agree. How you doing, Travel with your girl? Thank you for being here. Culturally, if we get back to community sustainability, birth rates will rise. I agree, Deb. I absolutely agree. I do. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like, dude, if we don't make those sacrifices, how Lorraine, welcome in. I'm sorry, it was 99 comments. I'm trying to get to all of them. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I'm trying to get to all of them. I'm so sorry if I ignored anyone. That was not the case. But there is a lot of activity in this chat. And I'm trying to go back and see. Hi, Lorraine, welcome in. Good to see you. Gangster cry too. Hey, I'm trying to be a gangster, Deb. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, Zay. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Zay. Thank you so much. B says exactly why I don't have kids. My point. Come on now. Come on. I'm talking so much. This chat go on fire. I can't even keep up, y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you. Thank y'all for real. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Y'all presence means everything to me. Lindsay, welcome in. What does this mean? Less people are having babies? Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah, less people are having chilies. Straight up. That's just what's going on. So, and honestly, I can't, and we were talking about this earlier, I'm not mad about it. Hot take, I'm not mad about it. I'm actually for it because it's too many people out here irresponsible with their chilies. Straight up. I worked through so much trauma just to recently learn what parentification is. New trauma unlocked. Come on now. Come on, new trauma unlocked. Can we talk about that part? Please. Janelle Flores says, we really don't. We really don't. We just don't. We all have trauma. Doesn't mean you can't grow and help a child grow. Ain't nobody not saying that, Crystal. Ain't nobody not saying that. But a lot of times, some people can't. I'm just being real with you. And I think instead of just having that honest conversation with yourself about not being able to do it, people do it anyway. And now you're passing that trauma into your kids. That's all I was addressing. People that's not ready but think they ready, but they really have no business being ready type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Perry Jendaya says, welcome in, by the way. What's your opinion on the topic? Oh, I've said it multiple times. I'm not sure if you've been in here. This is a late comment, so I do apologize for getting to you late. But yeah, no. I can't even pin comments right now. I do apologize, y'all. Like they finally, child, they wouldn't let me pin comments for like 10 minutes. That's wild. Next level disrespect for real. Wow, y'all going in. I do appreciate this. So, yeah, Lindy says, I have a toddler and I'm pregnant with my second. I'm confused on what's going on. Ha ha. Oh, we're just saying the birth rate going down. And some people are agreeing with it. Some people are not. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for the pins. Shout out to my mods. Thank you. Yes. Well, they trying to tell us what to do with our reproductive system. So a lot of people. Yes. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just not doing it. And I agree. Thank you so much, lovely. I appreciate that. Child, look, what I'm not gonna do, okay? Like I said, what I'm not gonna do is judge nobody on what's best for them. Okay? You got people out here making laws about our autonomy. Y'all, we are in dire times. Okay? Desperate times call for drastic measures. Hey man, what we doing? What we doing? That's all I'm saying. For the people that are currently pregnant or plan on having children, okay? Sending you all the love, all the blessings. But this world, it just seems like it's getting UGLYIER more and more every day. And I'm just like, yo, what's really going on? I basically just had her kid at 43A. Shout out to her. But you know what, Crystal? And that's another thing. That's something that I want to actually dive in on as well. So people that actually decide to have their children later, they're getting judged. You got people out here judging the people that, I decided to actually wait, right? And make sure that I had a stable environment for my chilies. And yet they're judging them because they feel like they're too old to have those chilies. That's what people are talking about. Do you know how wild that is? You got people out here actually making the sacks to be more prepared for their chilies, and they getting judged all through this month because certain people feel like they're too old to have those chilies. That's wild to me, man. I'm not standing for that. And that's what I be talking about. We got to mind our business and realize maybe sometimes we don't know everything. We be in our ego way too much, and that's not cool. And it always seems to be justifiable, and I'm not standing for that. I'm sorry, I'm not going. It's ridiculous. Lorraine says, I'm glad my babies are older. I personally wouldn't want to have kids now. No offense to anyone. Straight up facts. And that's all I was talking about. I'm sorry, but I'm not rushing nothing. I'm not doing it. And people got to stop doing that stuff, man. Like, stop doing that. And stop telling people what they got to do, too. That just irritates my soul. Like, how dare you try to tell people? Like, no. Y'all got to watch your mouth. That's crazy. Me too. I have the worst. Me too. I have the worst anxiety. Man, it be going through the roof. Perry says, I'm 29, still no babies. And I'm losing hope. No good men. No. It's good men out here, Perry. It's good men, baby. I can't let you settle on that. But you just gotta make sure that your discernment, is on point. Because people gonna try to take advantage of you, whoever it is, whether it's friends or a partner, they're gonna try to take advantage of you. That's a fact. Someone's gonna try it. That's just what it is. It's sad, but it's true. Handmaid's Tale. You better say that, B. Eric Penn says, of course it's declining. It's expensive to just live, let alone raise children. I agree. The world is unsafe. I agree. I'm going to pin that real quick. Shout out to Eric, dude. And that's what I've been talking about. It's like you can't even, I'm sorry, but outside of that fact alone, come on now. And that's where this whole conversation stems from. That's why the birth rate is declining. Come on. As a mother of four, I always tell people don't have them. Thank you. Did you all hear that? You don't need to go and pin it. I'm sorry, Eric, but I got to pin this real quick. Ruby. If you don't drop them facts, honey, as a mother of four, I always tell people don't have them. Shorty, look, y'all, I'm sorry if Shorty Blue said my bad. It's a Chicago thing. Look, man, chill out. That's all look, man. Now, I'm not saying, y'all, just don't, hold on one second, y'all. I'm back, guys. Apologize if there's an echo. I'm going to change my background so you guys can see more of the background. 1 second. Oh, actually, hold on. Did I do that? Let me see. That might be kind of big, actually. Let's see. I think it's too big, Crystal, but Oh, okay. I think it's better. Yeah, it's better. Thank you so much. I'm hoping this is better for the chat, guys. Shout out to Crystal, my mod. He sent me a alternative picture. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here again. Once again, let me go ahead and read up with the chat. Now, okay, Peter Cutoff says, not wasting my time with indecisive women. I'm good by myself. And you know what, Peter? I shout out to you. Shout out to you, because a lot of these women are indecisive. Now, I was giving it to some of these dudes, right? But let's go ahead and shift that responsibility and that accountability back to these women, because you know we ain't that good either. Okay, we out here just bouncing from John to John, acting like everything cool. And what I tell y'all earlier, now one procedure, okay, because you had a minor mistake, you messed up when you was younger, whatever. All right, bet you had one abortion, okay. But if you out here doing serial abortions, you crazy, shorty. I'm sorry. I want to say something else, but I ain't trying to get clipped, bruh. Ashley says child free by choice. I'm 40 and I've known since 25. Come on. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Ashley for knowing, for holding herself accountable and for knowing what her limits are. Shout out to Ashley, because at the end of the day, why does everybody got to have the same life? Who said that? Whoever said that? That's not even cool. Like, that's not even realistic for society. Some people are gonna have businesses. People are gonna be like, are we for real? Come on, y'all. We gotta just stick with the facts, my G. Stick with the facts, man. Come on. Shout out to Crystal, man. I could definitely read the chat better. I really appreciate you, Crystal. Thank you so much. Thank you for your service. No, for real, Lorraine. Nobody got time for that. And just simply put, Ruby, Texas, it's expensive. Come on. Okay, I'm so sorry. Sarah is in the pen. I'm trying to read the rest of it, but it won't let me. Okay, here we go. Go back to animals, which we are. When animals thrive, they reproduce. They are just surviving. Come on, Sarah. Boom. Mic drop, Sarah. Can we get some mics in the chat? Can we get some mics in the chat? Because at the end of the day, that's where it lies. That's where the truth lies. Are you serious right now? Come on, man. And then look at this. Let me go ahead and pin this real quick. Lorraine says, in so many entities, school, court, etc., are taking control of how we raise our chilies anyway. And that's what I'm talking about. Y'all forgot about that? Huh? You gotta take you have to. That's what they say. Or you gotta at least homeschool all your chilies. Because if you don't, right? Who coming to get your chilies, bruh? Isn't that that is insane to me. And yet there's nothing we can do. Are you for real right now? It's nothing we can do? Get out of here, dog. You got me bent, man. And that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't make any sense. You can't keep justifying what don't need to keep happening. I'm sorry. I see what's going on now. I'm blessed with my situation, but I see a lot of people can't afford kids. Thank you, Lindsay. That's all I was saying, Lindsay. And I'm going to tell you this. Congratulations to your family. Real talk. I'm sending you love, peace, and blessings. Straight up. But I'm just speaking from the reality of my perspective. And like I said, my experience, what I said earlier, I'm going to reiterate it constantly because that's just what it is. I know what happened. I know how I was raised. And as much as I love my parents, thank you so much for all the sacks that you made to even get me here. I love that. Thank you. I'm grateful. But to say there aren't some things that could have been changed. Come on, man. Come on. I love me. I have to love me. But I also got to realize there's things about me, right? You got to hold yourself accountable. That's it. But some of that didn't come from me, did it? Right? Some of that didn't come from me. That came from my parents. Because they were selfish in their union. Some parents are very selfish in their union. And then they put that lust and that selfishness into their chilies. It is the reality, y'all. I'm sorry. And women are tired of working and doing everything else. Come on, Wesley. Come on, April. That's all we're so tired. And I mean, honestly, at this point, we put our heart out, right? Even with the men, they put their heart out on these platforms, and yet still you get pushback from their own lived experience. That is insane to me. Are you kidding me right now? How you gonna tell me what my experience has been? How you gonna not justify? This is what I've been through. Like, these people are insane. How dare you? Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, you just can't. And they expect you to give birth and return and work in 2 weeks. Come on now, neutral. Come on. Mic drop. 2 weeks? I heard some women, they take off a good 6 months. But, I mean, you got to have a decent job for that. And we all know that's not readily available in this crap economy. Y'all, the job market. Come on now. Can we really get into it? Can we really cook like we want to? Please? Can we talk about that? How stability is a problem? Sustainability, y'all. Sustainability is an issue. You got normalcy. Regularity is at risk. Are y'all hearing me? If we can, what I mean by that, if we can't go to the grocery store, okay? If we can't just go to the grocery store and trust what's in there, where does that leave us? Come on, y'all. Come on. Can we just start there? Oh, I forgot. The air quality. Oh, I forgot. The water. Oh, I forgot. Come on. Like, are we for real? Allegedly. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Blimp says this isn't an issue you think it is. Oh, really? Oh, really, Blimp? And why not? Hormone disrupting ingredients in our food. Oof. Come on, Sarah, mic drop. What the mic said in the chat, y'all? Where are the mics in the chat? Because y'all are stay dropping them. What's up? Hormone disrupting ingredients in our food, allegedly, right? Because you got to throw that A word out to make people feel comfortable, right? Y'all, it makes me sick. This keeps me up at night. Y'all know that? That's why I'm on here right now. I'm delirious. How am I supposed to focus on joy and this is my reality? Are you kidding me right now? Chilies are joy. You make love, you make them. If I'm not in the moment of joy, how am I supposed to make them? Huh? If I don't feel that love in my heart, in my soul, in my spirit, how am I supposed to make these chilies? How am I supposed to channel that into them? I'm just being real. Is this supposed to be a bad? Okay, honestly, right, Addie? Come on. Legitimate question, ladies and gentlemen. Is this supposed to be a bad thing? Actually, it's not. Actually, it's freaking not. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I would say in certain regards, possibly. But for the most part, giving what I just said and what a lot of people are sharing in this chat, thank y'all so much for y'all contributions. I do appreciate you. It's very nice connecting with you guys. Bruh, is this supposed to be a bad thing? I don't think so. Can we be real? Can we be real? IDK how the birth rate is dropping when, I'm sorry, I missed that. I was trying to go back. It's a lot, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send an invite. I do apologize, Mama Bear. I'm sorry. Did y'all delete my chat? I can't even go back a certain point because there's so many in here. I do apologize, guys. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Ember says, maybe because it's too expensive to have a family. Come on, Ember. And that's all I was talking about. It is too expensive to have a family. Somebody said that earlier. Good, don't do it. It's a trap. And I agree. I'm sorry. It kind of is, given the circumstances, okay? There's a threat when we walk out in the dark. Doesn't mean we never leave the house. And I know that's right, Crystal, and that's facts. Let me go ahead and pin that. You're not wrong. But we cannot ignore reality, can we? And that's my point. We can't ignore reality. I'm sorry, guys. I won't be able to pin certain comments because allegedly they've cut off my chat. So I can't even see past a certain point. I know I missed some of you guys. I do apologize. If you guys can continue to put comments in the chat, I would appreciate that because I'm going to get to them the fastest I can. I do have 2 moderators in the room. Shout out to Crystal. And shout out to Monet. I'm not sure if she's still in here, but I did make her a mod. But thank you so much, Crystal. I do appreciate your you assisting the live. I really do. It means a lot. Joshua says this world, hold on one second. I gotta try to lower. And this world oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I can't even read now. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. This world way to overpopulate it. They got to keep the countdown somehow without doing it in the open. I agree. I hear that, Josh. I hear that, Joshua. But like, if we're gonna keep it a buck, right? How many people really have a sound mindset to cultivate chilies? Also, chilies are, if you haven't heard, I don't like to say the B word too many times because I don't want to trigger the algorithm to bring in a certain crowd, if you get my drift. So by all means, it's protect the children, okay? It's protect the chilies by all means. So that's what I'm doing. But yes, I agree. But at the same time, I know you have experience where you see people that don't deserve their chilies. You got to be honest, Joshua. Come on. Be real. You know you've seen that. And that's where this conversation stems from. And that's why the birth rate is lowering. That is part of the reason. I did address the powers that be. Because realistically, come on, there is no conspiracy. It's the truth. It's in plain sight. And that's just something that we have to live in. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. Kate, oh, here we go. Is somebody get, okay, yeah, that's why we're starting a farm. Yes, Jupiter, thank you. And to all my plant fam, yes. To all my gardeners, thank you so much for your sacks. Thank you so much for your conscience. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's hard work. That's hard work all the time. But when you get acclimated to it, when you're used to it, it's like whatever, right? It's in you. It's always been in us. Like I said, we used to have land. We did that. We walked in that. And then at one point, they tricked us to go to the store. What happened, guys? Hi, Rianne. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It's not selfish. Many that have children have them for selfish reasons. Come on now, Rianne. Come on now. Drop the mic. Drop the mic, love. And that's all I'm saying. How dare you? How dare you judge somebody that wants to make a sound decision? They're probably a better parent than you ever will be because they decided that, dang, I don't think I'm meant to do this. And before I even channel negativity to my chili, what am I going to do? I'm not going to have them at all. I'm going to opt out of parenting because I know for a fact that I have generational trauma in me that might ruin my chilies. That's it. But when you say stuff like that, all of a sudden you become the problem. Are you kidding me? Between going to work, between fighting this system, between just living and trying to thrive, whatever that means for anyone, right? You also got to raise chilies? No. Some people will not have that capability. You understand? They never will have it. Thank you so much, Lexi. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I agree with them. Men need to stop telling us what to do. Come on now and give us back our autonomy. Shoot, with our bodies. Exactly, Grace. Thank you for sharing. And that's what I'm saying. We talked about that earlier. You got men out here making decisions about our autonomy. Honey, that's been going on for so long. Thousands of years. Y'all. So make it make sense. Please. That's how the government has planned it. Oh, really? Believe. And we have fallen into the trap and allowed wake up. Okay, believe karma says wake up. Why we gotta wake up? How you gonna argue with what it is? How you gonna argue with the truth? Karma? You can't argue with the truth now. Now I know, like I said, some of this is powers that be. Yes, of course I recognize that. I can't. You will be insane if you don't because it's beyond conspiracy. But you know what, Karma? You know what I realized? All is fair in love and war, honey. And when it comes to this, they kind of right. Yes, we have land. Yes, there is a plethora of area that we can populate that's not populated right now, that they're keeping for themselves. Yes, I'm fully aware. Yes, your host is fully aware. But what I will speak to is the reality of the people that are out here. I'm sorry, but what you can't tell me is that everybody is justified to have a chili. I'm not standing for it. And that's how we got in this predicament in the first place. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So, like I said, until it's more confident parents, did you hear what I just said? Until it's more confident and secured parents, Come on. And I'm sorry, but welcome in Leto or Leto. I believe it's Leto, and we are not overpopulated. Our land is being brought out to keep us enslaved. I agree. I just said that, Leto. I do agree with that. For sure. A lot of our land is being I agree. They're keeping it away from us. I just addressed that. I'm aware of that. But giving these dire circumstances that we're under, just hear me out. Giving these dire circumstances that we're already under with our chilies, right? It's just like we can't get upset that certain people don't want to bring them into this environment. That's all I'm saying. That's it. People don't want to have kids and they're mad because that means less workers. Come on now. And that's what I'm saying. You see this double-edged sword we're in? This is a double-edged sword, ladies and gentlemen. It's less workers for the economy. That's why they're trying to push the birth rates. Come on, look. How many times y'all have heard, oh, we need more of this, we need more? No, we don't. No, we don't. Because everybody keep talking about, oh, healthcare workers and healthcare providers. Stop it. How many times have they went on strike, y'all, in some of these hospitals? Come on. Some of these bruh, stop playing with me, man. Like, the environment is it's not a good environment. It's just not. It's not a good environment for the kids. It's not safe for the adults. Like, nobody's safe at this point. And that's just the reality I've come to. There is no way around it. I'm sorry. Like, that's it. That's it. Hi, Blue. Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in. It's just me chatting it up. I'm not having the boxes open right now. The chat's just hot and heavy. The government wants to restrict healthcare as if we don't have, I'm sorry, 1 second, because the app is the op, have the worst mortality rate already. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. Mike drop. Shout out to my mods, because y'all catching the fire this morning. Dude, look, man, what I'm not going to do is justify stupidity. I can't do it, y'all. We coming up with all these elaborate ass reasons and excuses to keep having babies in a dire. Come on, it's not safe. And I know some of this pushback is because some people have chilies now, and I get that. So honestly, that's where the focus is for sure. It's protecting them while they're here. But if it's so many people focused on their own situations and not the community as a whole, we're done. We're done. How many times have we said, man, we got to come together as a community, yada, yada, yada. And this isn't ACE-based. I'm just saying all of us as a whole, okay? Heart and mind, spirit, all of that similarity, that bond that pulls us together. How? How are we going to come together and really be realistic about this conversation? Let's be real, please. South Korea led the way with the 4B movement. Exactly, because they were not going. Some of them over there were practicing toxic masculinity. And you think they're going to stand for that? No. We've been protesting against that shit for decades now. And we're gonna keep staying on the neck because we have to. At one point, we didn't have rights. Have y'all forgot? That's what I'm saying. Y'all, why are y'all so shocked about this when for thousands of years we didn't have rights? I'm not trying to hear that. Y'all weren't trying to hear us back in the day. Stop playing. Stop. Like, we're like, are y'all lost or something? Are you kidding me right now? Every time I bring up, oh, was there any woman, any queens that actually reigned, right? Besides, the one in the UK. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in history. How come no one brings up queens like that? It's only a few. You telling me we had no capability of reigning a kingdom? A queendom? A queendom can't be a thing, huh? Because we're too emotional? Right. But yet the violent rate is coming from who? These violent statistics are coming from who? Just being real. Thank you so much, mods. I appreciate you. Danielle, welcome in. We were told to never have kids until we could afford them. Then that never happened. Come on. Danielle, mic drop. I'm going to leave you silent for a second. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how many, we're having this conversation and it's just going in loops, hon. It's going in straight up loops. That's all. This is me not trying to offend nobody because I love everyone. I want everybody to win. Man, I can't stress that enough. I don't have a lot of hate in my heart. I don't. I have passion. Don't mistake any of what I'm saying for hate or any of that. That's not how I roll. It's all passion. It's all love. It's all love. That's just what it has to be. But we can't sit here and say and justify what's going on, acting as if, come on in, Riley. I ain't scared. Welcome in. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. What's your perspective on the topic?
I guess I can see it, really. I never really thought about it until I seen this and read your picture there, but I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Class sizes are even dropping.
I just wanted to point out that it's natural for this to happen. It normally happens as countries' healthcare advances along with women equality, because they have more access to education, and they get equal opportunities, so they tend to have children later in life and they have them less. It's not necessarily a bad thing. If it were to just like constant out and not dip below the death rate, then we'll be completely fine.
So when you say that you want to dive more deep in that, please, do you mind?
I'm sorry?
Do you mind explaining that further, if you don't mind? When you say right above the or below the death rate, what do you mean by that when you say that? Just want to hear it.
So I'm referring to the demographic transition model. It's basically something showing the 5 stages of a country. When a country's in first stage, it has a high death rate and high birth rate because of lack of education and lack of health care. And then as it advances into stage 2 and 3, that death rate drops because of more health care and access to education and more things, creating a massive natural increase. But as you move into stage 3, the birth rate also drops from that increase in health care and education access. And by stage 4, it's balanced out with a low natural increase. And what the USA is doing is we're moving into a stage 5 country where that birth rate starts to dip below the death rate and kind of moves back and forth. There are countries with that happening like Japan and Germany, but it'd be better if the best possible stage is that stage 4 country where there's a low birth rate and an all-time low death rate.
Somebody in the comments said that it's population control by design. So we had these conversations before that there are 2 Americas, and I can only speak to this country because I don't know how other governments work. There's the America that we see with our eyes, but then there's the America, the corporation that the government controls, right? And the reason that it's even a factor as far as birth rate being high or low is because the American currency is tied to American bodies, right? And that's why they want you to be born and have a birth certificate, because that birth certificate allows America to do business on your body, right? And so if the birth rate is declining, that is less equity that America can borrow against. So once they remove the American dollar being tied to gold, but actually tied to the American people, the only way that worked is we had the baby boom and population boom. So they had a surplus of bodies to borrow against. Now we're in 2024, and as you said, economically, it doesn't make any sense to have kids because, one, no one can afford it. Um, and then we're looking at the debt, that quote unquote debt that the country is supposed to be in. If Americans don't produce more children, then America can't keep borrowing against equity that it doesn't have.
I see where you're coming from. That is a problem with low birth rates, because if you have low birth rates, then you'll eventually end up with a senior citizen population, and senior citizens don't work, so they become elder dependents, and it actually hurts the economy. So I see where you're coming from, but that goes back to that you have to balance it out, because if you don't keep that constant birth rate, then and it dips below that death rate, and you have an extremely low amount of people being born, then you will suffer. Economically, because you won't be able to fill that many job positions, and a lot of companies may go under. I'm not sure that. From what I've seen, I haven't seen any encouragements for increasing the birth rate, aside from different tax exemptions and cheaper things. I do know other countries that suffer from this problem do lots of different things, like they'll maybe give parents that are trying to be first-time homeowners several different tax exemptions for a period of time, and at some point in some nations they've even given them housing. But
Like an incentive.
yeah, so
Also, we don't talk about. Oh, you go, and I'll go after you. Sorry.
I do know that places like Japan and Germany that suffer from this problem do a lot of encouragement, because it can be a serious issue. But right now in the USA, it's an upcoming issue, but it's not necessarily an issue now.
Also, really a big way you can see it, I guess, is our Social Security right now. I don't know if you guys know, but we're pulling out more than we're putting in now, because there's more senior citizens than there is a working population. And part of that, I guess, is because not everybody's back to work, but it's also because the baby boomers are now entering retirement.
That was going to be my my point, that I don't think this stat really talks about, but that's something that a lot of us are probably experiencing. Because if you're, and I will challenge a lot of you to think about this, because if you have not had kids, most likely you will need to be thinking about the elderly in your family, right? So you might not have kids, but you most likely are going to have a few people that need to be cared for. And if you don't have kids, you will need to be cared for later, right? So who are the young cousins and nieces and nephews that are going to be taking you to get your prescription at 70, 75 years old? That's something that a lot of people think about later in life, but while they're, and I saw this in the comments, it's a hard conversation, right? Because are you selfish for not having kids? Are you selfish for having kids, even when you know what the economy is? Like, selfish is a hard word, but technically, you're selfless when you have a child, because you hopefully give your life to that kid. That's not the way that everybody parents. Just like we were seeing in how many chats, how many older siblings take care of their kids. Well, if you don't have kids because of that, most likely you're going to be taking care of your brother and sister and your auntie and your uncle. So it's going to come for you whether or not you're ready for it, with a little one or an older one. So, I saw somebody say they had a baby fund. You might want a senior citizen fund, because we ain't all getting this Social Security, y'all. It's going to be gone.
Well, they have a projection of, I think it was 2035. It'll be gone, all of it. So long as we keep on the rate we're at now, where we're pulling more and then we're putting in 2035, all the money will be out.
Well, there's two things. Like, everything that you guys just said was accurate, but that wasn't the economics that I was talking about. But also, if you're having a child for anything other than love, it's selfish, because to say I'm going to have a child because I have to think about who's going to take care of me when I'm older. Well, your child didn't agree to that. You know, they didn't agree to be part of that deal. Like, you just made a contract with your child that your child wasn't there for. So that's a selfish mindset, to think about how, when you're in a vulnerable position, your child is going to step up, not knowing how life is going to take you and your child. But when I was talking about the economics of it, that national debt that America keeps talking about, America can go to China or whatever other country that they're borrowing money from, and they were like, I need this amount of money as a loan because we have so many bodies and the potential to have so many bodies coming. With America's birth rate declining, America is already in debt, but they definitely are not going to have the citizenry to borrow against.
Do we know what the debt calculator or the debt number's at anymore? I haven't looked in like a year.
I haven't either. But that's because the American dollar is not tied to a
The gold.
resource like a gold or a silver. It's literally tied to human beings. So
Yeah.
when the American dollar was strong is when the American population was growing, right? And now we see a big push because the World Bank is going to try to tie currency back to gold, and America doesn't have any gold reserves.
I think that was our biggest mistake in history, was getting rid of the gold standard.
So that's another reason why they're panicking about the birth rate. But at the same time, we know that the elites at the top are greedy, and the only way to resolve this is to make life affordable for people. But to make life affordable for people, then CEOs and stuff have to dip into their profits, which they don't want to do. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's like a self-fulfilling cycle, because to appease population growth, you actually would have to be a government that was decent and looked out for the people. But you're not going to do that, because we all know that you're a government that's financed and bought and paid for by lobbyists and corporations.
Well,
So
someone in the chat actually was talking about that earlier, saying that's why they believe that we are bringing in so many immigrants. So I don't know if anybody wanted to tap on that. I can't pin now that we have guests, but that was going hot in the chat for a second a little bit ago.
yeah, and that's why they're trying to. That's why the elites are trying to change the standard of birthright citizenship, right? Because another way the American population grew is because in America, if you have a person in your family that's American, that stops you from being able to be removed from the country. So a lot of immigrants came here and had babies real quick, which boosted America's numbers, because they had a whole lot of babies being born in America, though the baby's parents were undocumented, right? And so now the GOP is trying to change birthright citizenship. Like, no, birthright citizen means that you're a baby born to American parents, as opposed to you're a baby born in America, which guarantees you citizenship automatically.
I just pulled it up and it's 35 trillion.
Wow.
You couldn't even get close to $1 million in debt, and they let you off. But they can do 35 trillion. That's absurd.
It's absurd.
Well, garnish your wages. You owe the tax man over $200.
But the thing about it is, Okay, look at that number. This America is $35 trillion in debt, and conservative numbers say what? There's like 3 billion people in America. So we're not we're literally covering like 0.9% of the debt as far as the population is concerned.
It says debt per citizen is $105,000. Anybody got that as pocket change?
If I had $105,000, I wouldn't be on TikTok right now.
All they need to do is tax Bezos and we'd be good. Tax Bezos and Elon, we'd be sitting pretty.
Can we get a hashtag tax Bezos in the chat, please?
Let me find out why we paying the most taxes and these billionaires sitting up here flying out, got half their money overseas, so they ain't getting taxed anyway. That's a whole nother claw room. My bad.
See, but the thing about it is that doesn't even matter because it's not where you store your money, it's where you make your money, right? So you can make the money and put it in the Cayman Islands, but you have to report that where it was made. And if you make $1 in America, up to a certain dollar amount, so I think for the 1%, I think it's $200,000, and that's the problem. Is like you're making millions, but the American government can only tax you up to a couple of $100,000. And
yes, and also
anything,
what the money makes when it's sitting over there. You know, you putting a huge chunk in there. We ain't getting a lot of interest over here.
True indeed. But the thing about it is, all of it, unfortunately, all of it ties back to money. Because if America wasn't in debt, they wouldn't care about the birth rate at all. They wouldn't care about the birth rate. If America was a true socialist democracy, they wouldn't care about the birth rate because they would actually put the things in place outside of Social Security to take care of its citizens, if those citizens had kids or not. But America on its face is a corporation, it's a business. And so a business only cares about the bottom line.
So looking at it also says what college tuition is. It says right now 26,000. In 2000 it was 10,000.
At one point it was free. College was just the next evolution of public education. You would just go to college. But that leads into a whole nother conversation why you actually have to pay college tuition now. So
Actually, my own business was in the chat talking about that earlier, about how many industries there are that, I'm sorry, I can't find it, but basically talking about doing a trade instead, right? Saying that a lot of people don't want to take these jobs. I don't necessarily believe that they don't want to take them. I actually think that the government is taking them out of schools because they know they're making money and they would rather keep you poor, broke, and needing the government.
Nah, it's not that, but I don't want to pivot the conversation, but there's no way to say what's true without pivoting it, right? So skills and trades were taught in school when only white people could go to school. And then when desegregation happened and black people could go to school, they moved the skills and trades into white schools. Well, Brown versus Board of Education said, okay, we can't deny these schools resources. And for a good time while they were transitioning that, you could literally have a life, a home, and raise a family on a high school education. Only reason why you...
Back with you on that though, because there were plenty of public schools teaching trades.
No, let me
the 80s and 90s, you know.
That's why I didn't get finished.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you stopped. I'm sorry.
No. So you could outside of like being a doctor or a lawyer, you could literally raise a family on a high school education. That's why in the 80s and 90s, especially in black communities, they stress, I don't care what you do as long as you finish high school. I don't care what you do as long as you finish high school, because you were able to leave high school with a skill or a trade that you could apply in the real world. Well, to stop the economic development and independence of a certain group of people, they put it in higher education, and they took it out of high school and put it in 2-year college because they assumed that that demographic of people weren't going to be able to afford college. And so they took it out to keep certain people out. And it just benefited that it made money because at the time, unfortunately, white people had money and black people did not. So if you say, okay, I'm gonna take shop out and I'm gonna create a 2-year or junior college school, and it costs, because even when they first started doing tuition was like $8,000. Well, most minority groups didn't just have $8,000 a year for education, right? But then when they started doing grants and loans to appease diversity, equity, and inclusion and affirmative action, okay, well, now they're going to school too. So the only way that we can control it is to make the tuition so high that these people can never get economically forward because they're going to be saddled with debt. What they didn't prepare for is that white communities were going to take that debt on too. And now you have a whole country that's in debt before they ever finish school. So then it benefited the capitalist class to say, okay, well, if they're in debt, we're not going to pay them much because then they'll have to continue paying into our system. So the origins are very supremacy, but then capitalism takes over.
So I thought our debt was bad, but turns out Turkey, Switzerland, all of them are even higher. They're at, like, Turkey's at 434 trillion.
Because the thing about it is the national debt is a thing, but isn't a thing. Because if those countries don't call in their debt, then it really doesn't matter. It's just a number to use in political fodder, right? Because right now, that's why I don't understand when certain politicians are like screaming, China, China, China. 80% of America's debt is owned by China. So if America keeps pushing China, China could be like, okay, pay your debt back, and America can't pay it. That's why they put their foot on the gas but so much, and then they back off of it, because America really is not in a financial standing to go into an economic clash with China, because China owns 80% of America's debt.
Well, I guess Japan still owes us.
These Chinese companies are buying up our land crazy, 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 crazy. Check out who owns the malls in your town, y'all.
Oh, check out who owns the parking meters in your cities. It ain't us.
Disclaimer.
Hello.
Disclaimer. This is not a xenophobic conversation. These are just the facts as they are. Just put that out there just for people who want to feign and to get offended.
I guess Japan still owes us $1 trillion.
But Japan really doesn't owe us $1 trillion because based on what happened in Hiroshima and stuff like that, and now we're getting the true facts about that. That was a debt put on them so that they wouldn't tell the truth about what America did over there after Pearl Harbor. So
Dude, but I wish our country would go back to the way we were. Like that. Like, don't get me wrong, Hiroshima was bad, but we taught them, you smack us, we bite.
Mm, that's a slippery slope. Again, I don't derail the conversation, and we'll be having a whole nother conversation because the thing about it is we're not even out of the way we were. America is a superpower because it's a bully. The thing about it is Japan didn't, and then this is not encouraging war or anything like that, but Japan didn't do maneuvers on American soil out of nowhere. America was trying to destabilize the leadership and the government in Japan, and Japan wasn't having it. And they were like, "You're not going to be able to do that to us." And they did what they did. Now, were they successful? No, but it wasn't out of nowhere, and it wasn't unprovoked.
Yeah.
The thing about it is America is a global bully, and it's not sexy as an American to admit that. But the pride that America stands on is because they've terrorized and bullied the world, and that's why America keeps, no matter if it's needed or not, funneling money into the military-industrial complex. Because without America's military, we wouldn't have a leg to stand on. And now other militaries are catching up, and that's why you see the optics of America changing, because we're still, with a slight margin, we still have the most powerful military in the world, but that margin is getting smaller and smaller every day. And so as other countries are catching up as far as their military is concerned, the optics and the conversation against America is becoming more amplified because America can't do what they've done before, which is basically bully countries into silence, especially when we're in the information age and now everything is so accessible, because a lot of this stuff were maneuvers that were done in the dark and wouldn't make national news because there weren't cameras there to catch it.
Wait, so are you on the stance that we should grow our military more?
Our military is not even on the stance of growing the military more. When we do these budgets, every budget cycle for America, the U.S. military says that they don't need the money. And they have enough to develop and maintain the military as it is. The government keeps throwing money into the military to grow it because that's the only leg that we have to stand on. As an American, I listen to the heads of industry, and if the Joint Chiefs of Staff are like, the military don't need any more money, I'm going to listen to them.
We're way off the.
Bring it back to the conversation, to the topic. You know,
Yeah, that's why I said if we really talk about it, it would derail the conversation. But go ahead, go back to
no,
the
it's still on the topic, because if you in the very beginning of the room, so many people in the start of this chat were talking about why they would not have children. America was a huge part of it, right? What America does, what we do to other people, other countries. You know, if you are a grown adult now and you are tapped into what goes on here, you know, depending on if you are where your station is in life, most likely something has happened to you or someone you know that might give you pause from bringing someone else into the world to have to deal with that. So it's not off the topic, you know.
Plus, if we really check into, especially the plans rolling out of the right wing government. We've had these conversations before. America is leaning towards they only really want two options for American citizens. Three, if you count the arts. So they either want you in the military or in some sort of servitude. And so that's why you see when we say people are not having kids because it's too expensive to live, that's why you see corporations buying subdivisions, corporations buying up the land, buying up small homes and buying up all the property because they want to tie where you live into where you work. And if you're not working for that company, then you won't have a place to live. And then also in policy, that's why they're criminalizing homelessness, because if you don't agree to do it on your job, then they're going to force you to do it in the criminal justice system, or they're going to get you to do it in the military. So they don't want you to have a choice. So, and for that plan to be enacted, they need physical bodies, because why are you encouraging and trying to get people to have kids in a society where we're not even talking about getting them all the way to adulthood where they get out of the house and realize that they can't afford anything. Parents can't afford to feed these kids that people want them to have. They can't afford them. So what the elite government wants is these parents to be forced to have these children. Either you're going to raise them or you're going to give them up to the state. And if you give them up to the state and your child becomes a ward of the state and it becomes the state's responsibility, it plays right back into the narrative that I just discussed.
I'm just reading the comments in here, and Jams was saying military being so overly subsidized is one reason why society can't afford to do family care. I think you are on the money, and why so many of us were talking about the other side of it too. What are the places that are losing money or not being funded because we are funding so heavy? Why are there any police stations with tanks? We saw it happen. Why are they rolling out tanks from any police station? It's absolutely insane. We are over militarized everywhere, and yet we got the lowest lowest reading level, lowest in math, lowest. Our food is crap. Like, they actually have these corporations making other ingredients, making the same items with other ingredients overseas, but we don't hold them to the same level. Why is that? Because it's corporate, because it's the money hungry. That's it.
Because even like we were just talking about Social Security, imagine how long Social Security would last if we funneled some of that money and put it into the Social Security system, as opposed to making it be, well, Social Security only exists because people pay into it from working. Well, no, we pay taxes, so some of our tax money should be diverted into Social Security, because this was not unpredictable or unforeseen, right? And we, with our tax dollars, agree that the U.S. government, we give them stewardship over those tax dollars to take care of the American people. The problem is that we're doing our part by paying the tax dollars. The government is not doing their job of being good stewards with our money.
Their feet to the fire over these pum rights, over schmortion, and that's how they get us. They split us on this crap, and the big crap that affects 99% of Americans is not normally what most of us will agree on. We're going to fight over MAGA versus if she's black versus. Who cares? No, when's the last time you talked to your governor or anyone that you actually voted in that has to do with anything in your local government? We're not normally fighting. I think actually that's a huge part that we should say for parents. The parents that are involved with their kids, they up in these school board meetings. You know what I mean? So we could probably take some lessons from that side of it, because yes, we are watching them take our money out the paycheck every day, every week, whenever you get paid.
But if you want to get radical about it, at the end of the day, we know as American citizens, not even like we have a choice, but we've been holding up our end of the bargain by paying taxes, right? And if we don't pay taxes, some of us have been audited. Our stuff has been seized, all the way up into including jail time, right? But if we're serious and we're like the government is not being good stewards of our money, why do we keep getting up and going to work every day?
I've seen a video on here where somebody said everybody should just quit paying their taxes. What's the government going to do? They don't have enough money to come after everybody.
They don't have enough money to come after everybody. They don't have enough room and bodies in court systems to allow everybody to get due process. But the thing about it is, just like Crystal said, it's a divide and conquer thing. They'll go after the weakest part of the population first and break them. And so if it's a thing to be done, it's not just not paying taxes. No, everyone get up and not go to work. Do not go to work. You understand what I'm saying? Because
We'll see, going to work is paying taxes because they just take it right out of your damn check before you even get the damn check.
exactly, because at the end of the day, if people don't go to work, then consumers can't spend money. So either which way, the government doesn't get their taxes because they won't get your income tax. Then they also won't get the sales tax of the consumer. And that would bring
gas tax because you ain't buying gas.
They won't get that. So that would pause the American economy. And if you want this thing to get back up and running, and people paying into it again, okay, this is where our money needs to go. One, it shouldn't be going to foreign entities to help finance conflict. Two, it should be going into things that make Americans' lives easier, like childcare, Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. There's no reason that as one of the richest countries in the world, we don't have universal health care.
See, I don't know if you guys all know the history of Social Security, but when it was first invented, pretty much you put money in and they put it into an account that money was all registered under your Social Security number, and when you retired, they'd slowly pay it back to you. And if it didn't all go to you, then they'd use it for the next several people that would come through. But then LBJ was like, you know what? We're going to borrow that money, fund this war, and then we'll pay it back. And they've never paid it back.
They've never paid it back, and they also instead of making it like a savings account, like a bank where it accrues small interest over time, they've made poor investments with Social Security money that didn't pan out, that didn't mature. I don't know how to say the best stock market term for that, where you buy stocks and then they finally
they don't go the way they were supposed to.
Yeah, and so this is again all the American government not being good stewards of the money, because also it wasn't just you paying into it. You paid into it, and the American government was supposed to match your payment. So just for example, if you put $100 in, based on your $100, the American government was going to dollar match that $50. So technically, under your name and Social Security, you paid $150 into the Social Security system. Well, the U.S. government stopped paying their part. They stopped dollar matching. They stopped doing that. And then the money that was in there outside of having to pay it out, they made poor investments. And now that's why they're trying to completely privatize or eliminate the system, because it would uncover how poorly the government mismanaged Social Security money.
Dude, that's where sometimes I wish our elections were still run like they were back way back in the 1800s, to where whoever won the presidency, their vice president was the person who was running against them. So then you kind of got both worlds, because some of Trump's policies mixed with some of, I guess I'm not going to say Kamala's, but I guess Biden's policies would probably work really freaking well.
But the thing about it is this, Riley, Trump has no policies. So that wouldn't work in this juncture, but that's not the complete accuracy of history. There was only one election cycle where the vice president was the opponent of the president. The vice president before that one instance was a completely powerless position, outside of the fact that if anything should happen to the president, they would then become president. The vice president was a complete non-factor. But in that one election cycle, the vice president was of the opposing party. And so the responsibilities that the vice president has to this day was the current president giving the vice president busy work to stay out of his face, because he didn't want to deal with the views and opinions of the vice president, because they were so diametrically opposed. And so that's why they created that the vice president is now the president of the Senate. You don't have anything to do with what the president is doing. Your job is to focus on the Senate and make sure that the Senate operates. And then as time grew on, they gave them a lot of like foreign policy work to do. So just in case the vice president was a mole, they wouldn't be around to put the kibosh on the president's plan. And so that's why when we have these conversations about, well, Kamala Harris, you've been in the White House this many years and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. The vice president doesn't have the power to do any of that stuff. It's literally a powerless position to be a stopgap or a safety net if something happens to the president. If nothing happens to the president, the vice president doesn't have the power to do anything.
Well, they do in a year like the past 4 years, where the Senate is a mess and they keep coming into ties. She's had a very powerful vice presidency, because that House of the Senate has been so tied to where she's had to cast a lot of tie-breaking votes. I think she's almost
51.
One of the highest to be able to do that. I don't think there's been very many presidents that have cast tie-breaking as she has.
She's the highest, 51 tie-breaking votes.
Yeah. I didn't know how many she had casted or any previous. I just know that this year has been stupid high, but the Senate this year is absolutely retarded.
Whoa.
We've been kicking a can down the road.
We're gonna chill with the R word, one, because it's ableist, and two, because we're on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, TikTok. But we've been kicking a can down the road for what? It's been at least 9 months now that they've been kicking the budget down the road.
It's not that they're kicking the budget down the road. One, the Senate doesn't have anything to do with the budget. That's the House, and the House is controlled.
Oh, that's right. I mixed them up. My bad.
The House is controlled by the GOP at this point. They have the majority. The Speaker of the House that calls these things up for a vote refuses to take them. And then the party literally has been filibustering any movement on getting a permanent budget, because if they get a permanent budget, that would be a resolution that the Democrats could run on, and they don't want them to have that. The same as the immigration bill, that they got a bipartisan immigration bill that Congress passed, Congress put up, and the president was willing to sign it, and then the party who helped draft the bill killed it. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to know, one, it's a numbers game, and then you have to know who is in control of certain parts of government, regardless of who's president. So people are screaming Biden, 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 but at the end of the day, the GOP control the House and they control the budget. And that's why they're literally trying to go against their Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, because he agreed to a stopgap budget so that the government wouldn't shut down, because the GOP wanted to run on the fact that the Democrats were the reason that the government shut down, and Mike Johnson didn't let it happen. He didn't go according to the plan on that one.
Yeah, I think they should just let it shut down, but not by them choosing to. I think we should shut it down.
That's a conversation for another day. But I got to jump down. I got to get back to work. My truck's pulling in, but I'm still in the comments.
Well, call it you and me now.
I guess so, huh? So is there anything else you wanted to share on the topic?
On the topic we were talking about, or the topic that you've got on your page?
Oh, well, yeah, the topic we're talking about. But I mean, if you want to derail, I'm all for a derailment.
Well, I guess me personally, I am a center right, so I can see views on the left, and I agree with some views on the left, but I have more views towards the right. One thing I do disagree with on the right is military budget. When I seen in history class, our history teacher gave us a paper of where how all our money gets broken up all the way back in 2012 or whatever, and I was like, holy crap, why is the majority of our freaking money going to the military? And I could understand it if maybe we're trying to like beat other countries by $1 million or something like that, but we are not beating them by $1 million. We are beating them by millions. And that to me is just absurd. I can understand wanting to make sure we're safe, but
Are we really doing it though? Like, are we really ensuring that we're safe, or are we spending $40K per uniform? Like, just being honest.
Oh,
You know,
no, for
it's
sure.
probably more than that now. And I mean, where's the budget really going? Is
Yeah.
this all public knowledge? Can we all look it up? Do we really know what's happening? That's all I'm saying. Even what
Well,
they tell
I
us in
wonder.
public, I
I
don't
wonder
know.
if that is something we can pull up. See, like that just reminds me of like my high school's football team. They were absolutely like they were just as bad as I don't even know how to describe it without TikTok management, but they were garbage.
Okay.
High school football team, they were absolutely garbage. But then my school gave them brand new uniforms one year, and we're like, oh, cool. The baseball team's been using their jerseys for the last 10 years, and they go to a state every year. Like, what the heck? Our football team can't even win a game. They're lucky if they get on the scoreboard. And then this past summer, they put in a brand new stadium with the brand new bleachers and turf, and we're like, what the heck? Like, they suck. Tell them that if they win so many games, then you'll get them something new.
I thought that's how it works. You know, you have to be worth something to invest in the first place.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, they're just dumping money into it. And we're in Indiana. Like, if we were in Texas, that'd be a whole nother thing. That'd make sense. Texas, football, whatever. But Indiana, like, come on, we're not that big on football. Yes, we play it. Yes, we watch it, but we don't go crazy. We don't go and play any big teams. U.S. military spending. See if this will show me anything. I don't know if that's public or not. Yeah, $820.3 billion. Roughly 13.3% of the entire federal budget. That is just absurd.
Wow.
U.S. military spending broken down. There we go. Let's see it. Spending in defense budget. Okay. Oh, and that's holy cow. It's even gone up under Biden. I'm kind of surprised. So under Trump's administration in 2018, it was $734 billion with a 7.6 increase from 2018. So that was 2019's number. 2020, which would have been Trump's last year, he had it at $778 billion, which was a 6% increase from 19. Then Biden's first year, it was $806 billion, which was only a 3% increase. But then 22, $876 billion, which was a 8.7% increase, which kind of shocks me. I didn't know he increased it more.
Oh, wow. Robert, you have anything to share today? Did you hear the defense budget he just said?
Yeah, I'm definitely listening, and it's actually not surprising considering, we are just finding out on the ground what's happening over in, the blue and white country, which they have been defending this whole time and supporting the whole time. And so we're just seeing it when it's coming to a head. But the increased military spending for that area and supporting them, and also supporting what was before that, it was Ukraine, and helping and sending them weapons and helping them defend. It makes sense that that budget was increased significantly.
Okay, yeah. See, me personally, I don't think, I think we need to make sure home's safe before, well, not safe, but home is funding before we're...
We need to worry about ourselves before we keep trying to play police officer for everyone else, for sure.
Yeah. Make sure our house is standing before you help the neighbor.
We're literally pouring out of an empty cup right now.
Yeah.
Beyond empty. There's no more.
We're sitting on the curb with a cup asking for change. Like, hey, can I have some change for dinner? And then at the end of the day, we're taking that cup of change and we're like, hey, have this cup of change. I'm going to go sleep under the bridge.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and our soldiers come home, and after putting their lives in jeopardy and getting injured, and they come home to nothing, right? Yeah. Very little support, sometimes homelessness, still having to try to find jobs, and it's asinine, absolutely asinine.
Not to mention, you're talking about our soldiers, right? I mean, not to mention they come back, and the mental health.
Yeah.
The PTSD is through the roof. I can only imagine what that is.
My brother, when he came home, it was terrible. I think I told you before, he came back a vegetarian because of what he saw, and what he saw, how where he was, how they treated women, and basically what they were doing is that they're slaughtering women and removing their epidermis. I'm trying to say it in a TikTok friendly way.
For sure.
And then leaving them to rot on the streets.
Sorry, not to cut into there, but we are spending $876.94 billion, and the closest country to us is Saudi Arabia with $75.01 billion. So we are $801 billion ahead of the nearest country on military spending.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of money to be the world's bully. I'm just saying.
I was just about to say, that's what Blue said earlier. We are a bully.
Really?
We're only a machine because we're a bully. Let's be real.
See, that's my twin. For real.
Don't get me wrong. I like knowing that we're the bully so that we're not getting attacked. But you don't need to be this big of a bully. This is like this is like a senior bullying
I was about to say, it's giving
grader.
high school. It's giving we never really grew up. And
yeah, this is like a senior bullying the fourth grader.
Yeah, but at the same time, they may not be able to attack us in that manner. But I mean, think 23 years ago, what happened? You know, they found other ways to
Yeah.
attack. And that's what they're going to keep doing, because you don't have to have a lot of money to be intelligent and find alternative means to reach your goal.
See, does anyone
And
know anything about the Iron Dome?
only the one in the blue and white country,
I was gonna say
but
because
we should have one too of some sort, I'm sure.
I was gonna say I've heard obviously Trump talk about it, and I haven't done my own research. I know I've tried, and not much of it makes sense to me, and I'm not sure how it works. Every time I think of it, I straight up picture a legitimate Iron Dome around us, even though I know that's not what it's gonna be. But you know,
Yeah, if you're talking about like the blue and white state, basically it's just a bunch of counter missiles that are shooting down the attack missiles.
okay.
And there's so many of them that very few, if any, attack missiles are able to make their way through because they're intercepted before.
Wait, so are we not allowed to talk about that country on TikTok?
We cannot because we know who funds. We know who funds what. So
Especially if we're talking about it in a negative manner.
yeah.
Well, that's cutesy.
That's
We
why
love
conversations
being
are so looped.
we
'Cause we
love
can't
being
say
in the we love being in the country of freedom of speech and being limited.
But that's what I was saying. But I guess because it's a quote unquote foreign funded app, we don't really have a much say or much priority. as
Love
far as
that.
we go.
Quote on-
So I'm just
quote
like,
unquote.
wow. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, so 182 billion a year is spent on military personnel for active, reservant, and retired personnel. 338 billion a year is spent on operations and maintenance. 168 billion a year is on procurement of weaponry and equipment, and 143 billion a year is in research, development, testing, and evaluation funding.
No.
So I can understand the 182 billion for the military personnel. If anything, maybe we could raise that a little bit. But why do we need 338 billion to keep it operable? And why
What
do
was
we
the
need
other
so
one?
much in
You said they're retired? Is that what you said? Or passed?
So it's for people who are currently active,
Uh-huh.
people who are in the reserves,
Right.
people who are retired, and people who have passed away for their families.
That's all in one budget?
Yes, for 182 billion a year. That's it, all that's spent.
Okay, like for all of that within that, okay, 182 billion is a lot. But
Yeah.
given for that's why the retired are so wow.
I wonder how many are
That's not enough.
how many there are. How many
I mean, well, now
retired
maybe not as much, but
vets are there? There's currently 8.1 living veterans, 1 million, 8.1 million. How many active ones are there? I feel like that's a common knowledge number, but I don't know it. 16.2 active.
okay.
And, what was the other one? Deceased? No, reserves. And then deceased. Okay, so reserves, there's 767,000-ish. So we're looking at like a total of that'd be 25 million people. So 25 million people is what that 180 goes to. Yeah, 182. So 182 million goes out to 25 million people. That is a total of like 7,000 and is that right? Let me put
That
this.
it sounds about right.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, we're looking at, it says 7.28.
That's see what I mean, Robbie? That's not enough. No wonder. Wow.
So we're putting a lot of money into operations and maintenance, and I really wish I could see the breakdown of what the hell
That's what I was
operations and
saying.
maintenance
How
is.
do you look that up? Don't we deserve to know? We don't deserve to know?
And even if, okay, let's say they did put it in a list, how accurate or truthful do you think those lists are going to be?
That's what I was
I was going to
thinking.
say, yeah, that
I was just
too.
gonna be like, damn, we can't even look it up because how legit is the record?
Some dumbass in training is going to fucking blow his tank up, and then they're going to say, oh, just put it in operations and maintenance.
See?
Or they
And
say,
how often
oh,
does that
uniforms $40,000 a person, but they're really only spending $10,000 on uniforms per person and using that $30,000 for something else. That's not a line item.
And that's when I looked it up. That's when I looked at the information of how much it was. But I don't know what it is now. That was years ago. The way this inflation is that included with the military budget as well? Yeah, right? Inflation? So that's what we're talking about?
Because they have vendors.
Right.
That they have to purchase everything
Okay,
from.
so they say each soldier's uniform can range anywhere from $300 to $600.
Okay.
This includes items such as a coat, trousers, hat, boots, and other necessary items.
That's just the basic.
Yeah.
That's not all the other accessories, right?
And most are also given some kind of pew-pew. I can't remember what standard issue is, but I'm sure that's probably thousands.
You can, Sherwin. You can request whenever you want. Wow.
I got them. Oh, no.
Thank you, Robin.
Okay.
Welcome in, Sherwin.
Hey,
How are you?
I am good.
Good.
Oh.
So, do you have something on your mind that you want to share?
No, I was reading the subject, and
Oh, okay.
I can understand the birth rate being low because I'm not having no more kids. So
Oh my gosh.
have one.
Oh,
That's it.
wow.
We're
Okay.
done.
Okay, so for a brand new one of those standard, for the military is almost $2,000 each just for their standard issue.
Okay, that seems more accurate.
You know the military budget is $800 million. They don't negotiate on anything. And
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We
Yeah,
found
we're
out
literally
that
breaking it down. We broke it down in sections. Actually, he's talking about the different sectors within one budget and how we just broke it down to retired, reserved, and a few others. And the budget is not enough for the certain ones.
16 million active people, and it's 2,000 per. So just for the standards, they're paying at least $32,000 in just those. Well, I guess that's not even counting the reserves. So, and I'm sure they have them for the reserves and for boot and all that. So we're looking around $50,000 in just the standard autos, standard pews. But then you know that they don't just have the standards; they also have all those stupid, not stupid, but all those other high tech, the tanks, and then they get done with a tank and they give it to a police department. Wow, that's crazy. No, the numbers I had pulled up for the new guy in the chat, on here, they said 182 billion is just for the military personnel, and that's active people, reserved, retired, and people who passed away for their families. And then 338 billion go to operations and maintenance. 168 billion goes to procurement of weaponry and other equipment, and then 143 billion goes to research, development, test, and evaluation.
Yeah.
That's where their magic 850 billion defense budget goes to.
I mean, it doesn't go to their family. That's one of the issues. Is when the person passes away, then the benefits stop rolling. And there are families that depend on it. So
Well, see, if you were married, the spouse gets money until the spouse dies, unless that spouse gets remarried. Once that spouse gets remarried, the spouse then loses military benefits. Like if they pass in active duty, I guess. Not if they pass of age or whatever. I'm not sure about age. I know active duty, they get paid until they either get remarried or the spouse passes. Ooh.
and why did that come up?
What?
I see you guys are talking about the birth rate. How did that come up?
Oh,
you know.
it spirals,
Spirals, yeah. It's more, this is a more loaded conversation because it just doesn't end with the birth rate. We're just talking about the outside factors as to why the birth rate is lowering. And one of them is
We were on
different
birth
budgets.
rate, then we went to the economy,
Yeah.
and then we went to government spending. And this is just one of the factors of government spending. That's one of the highest factors our government spends their money on.
I don't know. A lot of people around me are having babies, but I think it's not something that they think about in depth. My son is 17, so I know all the costs that goes into
Well,
having a kid, and I won't do it again.
Because it really is that challenging to raise one, right?
Yes, it is.
I agree. I don't have children myself, but I do plan on it. And I said before earlier, I've always warned and I told my partner that I'm not going to rush into it. It's not something to rush into. This is a set in stone decision and something that needs to be taken seriously. And that's why I actually sparked the conversation. Well, go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
currently, to raise a child from birth to 18 is $310,605. 16% of that is education, 18% is food, 29% is housing, 15% transportation.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing to keep in mind is the first 5 years. While they're in daycare, they're not in public school yet.
Yeah.
You're responsible for taking care of that child. So one of the parents is going to have is a lose opportunity as far as working, not working, or daycare, which that takes away a whole paycheck anyway. So I think that's the number one factor. Those first 5 years, and
So the time before you actually have the children, that's really crucial.
no,
Planning to set in stone the foundation.
no, I'm talking about before they go to school. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. No. I'm just saying in general. You just talked about the challenges that you have, the cost. Making sure that you have a solid foundation prior to having the children, so it will be a more seamless process. That's basically what I was saying. But given that the society right now isn't really allowing that, that's where we're at with this lower birth rate. So with that being said, do you encourage people to have more children, even if they are secure? Or would you not?
I would not. I would not encourage anybody to do it right now, just because it's not really the pressure. You don't feel it because of course you love them. So it doesn't. It's not like the person is miserable, but I think most likely you have to be able to have one parent stay at home and not work for the first 5 years and have that be able to function that way, and then, you can, and even after that, the kid has to be picked up at around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just structurally, you have to be able to do it.
So I just looked this up. Back in the baby boom, the 50s, it costs only $25,000 to raise a kid from birth to 18. And I was like, holy cow. And I was like, wait a minute, inflation calculator. Put it on the inflation calculator, and that would equal to about $327,000 now. So believe it or not, it costs less now to raise a kid than it did back during the baby boom.
Interesting take.
Well, when you're talking about calculating, they only calculate factors such as education, food, shelter. But over the years, we have added so much more to child rearing, right? The amount that it costs for participate in extracurricular activities that didn't used to cost money, you know, for whether it's sport or whatever. Now all the extra devices that they need to be successful at school. So those are now more additional fees that isn't used in the calculations.
I was gonna say they calculate that in here kind of. So they have it broken down into percentages. So per year, they estimate that you would spend around $12,980 to raise a kid, with housing being 29% of that, food 18%, childcare / education 16%, transportation 15%, healthcare 9%, clothing 6%, and then miscellaneous 7%.
What year is that data from?
I'm just thinking that too. 2015 figures.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like what I used to teach 10 years ago. I know it's I just did the math, and we spend $1,500 a month on groceries for one child and 2 adults, where the child eats most of it. So that's $18,000 a year in just food.
You must have a teenager.
I have a 12-year-old. Yeah, so he's a big
teenage boy?
Yes, teenage boy.
There it went.
So that's not even including the amount we pay in clothes every 3 months, right? That's not including doctor's visits, everything he needs for school. He goes to public school. So, yeah, I would like to see more recent data.
Yeah.
The most recent data we're going to probably get, since it's 2024, the most recent data we're probably going to get is maybe 2020.
That's what I was thinking too.
And then 2020 is going to be off just because of all the stipends we got because of the panorama.
Panorama. 2020 data on.
And also keep in mind, you're doing all of this for the child to grow up and blame you for all his problems once they grown. So, just say.
Hey, Dice. Right.
Yeah,
it's my mom and dad's fault.
Yeah, they didn't. The saying is they didn't ask to be here. So
the post 2020 inflation rate, this amounts to a staggering average of $17,000 per year. So they're saying now $17,000 a year is how much they're estimating it costs to raise a kid as of 2020.
Right. Also, everybody has to ask themselves, right? Okay, what do you want to do with your life? Like, let's say taking care of just you as a person, right? How less complicated it is when you don't have anybody else to worry about. It's just, if it was just me, and I'm just taking care of me, like how easier life is in that sense. But now I know emotional factors play in,
as well as location where you're at.
I don't know. I look at it a different way because I think being a parent and a wife motivates me to keep seeking to do more, because I'm a natural hermit, and if I didn't have another responsibility, I probably wouldn't try to work. I probably wouldn't have tried to further my education. I probably wouldn't have done all the things I'm doing now to better myself, to make sure there's something to prepare my child for. So for me, having a child and being a parent is the motivating factor for me to keep going.
Okay, they have a calculation thing here. So they let you put in your annual income and the age of your child. So let's say 125 to 150, age 12 to 14. you're likely to spend $15,600 a year and a total of $274,500 over 18 years.
Oh, that's so funny.
Interesting.
And that's average, right? Because I know we're
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say, this is also talking like you're probably your healthiest of kid too, someone who's not breaking an arm here and there every so often, and other bones and all that, and people have to, and children that have to go to the orthodontist. Like, this is probably talking your typical healthy kid. Because that's something I'm sure they don't calculate. Because there's kids that need braces, have to go through that whole orthodontist treatment. There's kids that got to go through a lot of dentist appointments, different medical stuff, whether that be from family history or accidents. So that can obviously rack up a lot too on medical side.
Oh yeah, as in Blue's like kids that are not neurospicy. Yes, all the therapy and psychiatric treatment and medications dealing just neurospiciness.
I would say, and obviously mental too. If there's anything that ever happened to that kid mentally when he was little, then you got to go through therapy and pay through that.
Hence the conversation. Why is the birth rate lowering? One of them, besides the powers that be, okay, we already discussed that. It's very clear. There's no conspiracy. But besides that, some of it is on us, okay? We keep passing and having trauma babies. We're having trauma chilies. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And we've been doing this for thousands of years. It's not just started. No, it's not recent. No. We've been doing this for a long time. Different civilizations, different tribes. It's the truth. So it's like, honestly, we gotta cut the BS and just have an honest conversation. And I feel like we've just been on this spiritual and, kind of fantasy kind of driven, ideal. And I don't think we need to do that anymore. It's time to get realistic.
I do think Gen Z is going to do a lot better with it.
I agree. They already are. They're going to therapy early. They're figuring out their traumas and their triggers, and it's refreshing. I agree.
I've always said growing up that I feel like I was born in the wrong era, because I like the older stuff, like the music and the atmosphere of like the 70s and the 60s. But I like my generation because it's got that mix of like, we're soft, but we're also not.
Yeah.
So we've got that mix of, we're like, I'm going to go to therapy tomorrow. I got to talk about all my emotions. But then the next day we're going to come back and we're going to talk trash. Like, we've got the softness, but then we've also got the brutalness. And I kind of like that. That's where I kind of have hope that we won't have so many trauma babies. But that's if my generation has babies too. There's so many people that I talk to that say they just don't even want kids.
But can you blame them? The final question: can you blame them?
Me personally, my background, I'm from Indiana, so yes. But if I lived in a state like New York or California or Texas isn't a good one. Just a state where the prices are a lot higher than Indiana and wages are not high enough, then yes, I would see that as I would not blame them. But Indiana, we've got a pretty good. Our houses are pretty low, not as low as they could be, but they're not stupid high. The highest I think I've heard rent is like $900 a month. Wages are like $20 an hour. But I know, and I'm sure if you go to New York, the lowest rent you're gonna find is probably $1,500 or $2,000 if you're lucky. And that's for like a 1-bedroom studio.
Same thing on the West Coast as well.
I figured that too. And your guys' wage is still at that like $20 an hour. So
that might be a factor if you're not established. And also, keep in mind, you're saying the powers that be. The Supreme Court, they did, they reversed Roe v. Wade. It's for a reason. It's because the population is decreasing. and there's political issues with it, but I
See,
think it's really because the American government, the IRS, they make money off of people. Once they slap that social security number on you, you tax revenue.
I think it was really good that they turned Roe v. Turned it to the states, but I think it should have come with a rule saying that the states should have then given it to the people. It should have been required for the people to choose what they wanted to do with that right. It should not have been left to the state to decide what those people are going to have to live with.
You think it's good?
Sorry, what?
You think reversing Roe v. Wade is good?
I think it should have. I definitely don't think the federal government should be allowed to control something like that. I definitely don't think the state government should. I think that should be something that is voted on by the people themselves.
Now you have to remember, this is giving people the option.
Yeah, I get that, and that's where I think
something away from you. This is giving people the option.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it should be in charge of your federal government to where then they can.
Who should be in charge?
Huh?
Who should be in charge then?
The people should be in charge of that. Anything to do with what you do with your human body should be up to the people.
Yeah, no, this is a freedom. It was Roe v. Wade was giving people the right to choose.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But it was under controlled through the government to where
I know what you're saying, Riley. I know exactly what you're saying. I get it. Mm-hmm.
It was the people had the right. It's taken away now. I'm confused. I don't know if
No, I'm saying how the government. So yes, we had it, but the government still had their hands in it. It was still we had the right to do it, but the government still had that bill in their purse, and they pulled it back out.
It was the federal government that gave you the right to choose. You wanted the state to give you the right to choose.
And the federal government then took that right away.
And they're taking away that right now.
That's what I'm saying. The government should not be allowed to do that.
To give you the right to choose.
They should.
No, I think what he's saying is, Sherwin, is that they shouldn't even be involved to give us a choice in the first place, when that should be our God-given right. You see what I mean? Why are you even talking to me about what I'm doing with my body?
Correct.
My autonomy is up for grabs. I am a price. I have a barcode on me the day I'm born into this society. It's just like I don't understand how that is even agreed to. And since we know that everyone has to enter into that process, how do we keep having children to do that? You see what I mean? And we're not even prepared to change that system. I think that's kind of irresponsible, and that's why I even started the conversation. I know it's oh, go ahead, Riley, go ahead. My
issue isn't with Roe v. Wade. It's the fact that the government had their hands in it.
Precisely.
So pretty much what it is Roe v. Wade was on a piece of paper, and the government let the American people sign saying that they can do it, and then the government took that piece of paper and put it in their purse so that they could pull it back out of their purse later and rip it into shreds and say, joke's on you, that paper don't exist anymore. Now you got to fight for it again. When in all reality, it should have never been in the government's hands. It should have just been as is, never been fought for. If it's your body, your choice.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but as it is right now, it's up to the state that you live in that dictates. If you don't have a choice, this should be codified. The issue was Roe v. Wade should have been codified.
Like that's one thing I think Trump did right by was giving it to the states. It's one step closer, but it's not all the way there. It's got to go the rest of the way. Each state needs to give it back to the people. Some states have, but some states have taken some of that power and used it in the wrong way and think that they can control everybody's body.
Yeah, exactly. So how is that a good thing? Like
My stance is exactly what Klaus said. It should not be in their control whatsoever. It should have never been brought in. Nobody should have ever tried bringing up Roe v. Wade whatsoever. It should have never happened. They should have let it go. The lady should have been allowed to do it.
So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Roe v. Wade, the reason why they never pushed into codifying it, because, again, Republicans say a lot of things, but they don't do anything about it. the issue that you have, and this kind of ties into Project 2025. The reason why it was acted upon finally this time is actually the subject of this conversation. The birth rate is getting so low in America, and especially in the YT population, not to be racial, that something needs to be done because by 2035, I think, YT people are going to be a minority in America if nothing was done about it. So this is part of the plan, is to just take it out.
But another issue, obviously, is dads aren't sticking around either. Not attacking. I'm not saying anything with you, Sherwin. I'm not trying to say that.
I'm a single
For
father.
all
My
I
son
know,
lives with me.
for all I know, you are the best dad in the world.
My
So
son lives with me. I'm a single
I
dad.
know exactly what you're saying, Riley. I
I
know
was
what you're
saying,
saying. I know what you mean. Of course.
me personally, I have a deadbeat dad, and I think he's a deadbeat because his was a deadbeat. So it's just a lovely. There was one deadbeat, and it just keeps passing down the line.
I have a deadbeat mom, so I mean a deadbeat baby mama. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
And what's crazy though is when you hear about that, when you hear someone has a deadbeat baby mama, it's just shocking because most of the time it's the other way around. But it's good to know that there's still some dads that are good. Me personally, my best friend, his dad is the good dad. He has 2 half siblings, and the mom was absolutely something else on a different orbit. But it's been nice to know that there's at least good ones out there, good dads out there that stick around for the kids and fight for them and spend. Even though I know it costs a crapload to have to go through all that court process to be able to even fight for them, at least it's good to know that there's still dads out there that do it.
that is. But like you said, there's probably more deadbeat dads. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad. I have a lot of friends I went to school with. All they had were moms. There wasn't really, you never really heard them talking about their dads. No, so I think that's a big part of why the population is shrinking too. It's hard to want to reproduce when you have the fear of your spouse being that deadbeat dad too, or a deadbeat mom or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a lot after the fact for the 2 people to get along for the sake of the children. I mean, that, no, I didn't have an issue with it. She just wasn't interested in being a mom, so happens.
Now, when I do hear that the roles reversed on what you just said, oftentimes it's like a woman picks a guy, it doesn't work out, she has a child with him. And then a lot of people, sometimes on the internet, they're judging the situation saying, oh, well, the accountability is on you because you should have been more aware of your partner. Is that correct, or is that kind of...
Like you're saying, like people are saying, like the woman should have been more aware of the partner.
It's her fault, or she should take more accountability?
But
You
the
know?
question,
See,
the question I have for you, Flo, on this one is,
I've heard that in some people's perspective, but I've never seen it really myself. Like my mom's situation, everybody's always felt kind of bad for her because my dad showed the complete opposite person, and then just boom, out of nowhere one day it was flipped. It was like a flick of a switch. So, but it kind of feels bad for her because they all fell in love with him, thought he was a great guy, and then boom, one day he wasn't. So they don't blame her thinking she picked the wrong dude. But that's what I was raised with, but that doesn't mean, obviously other people, it's not that situation to where they are getting blamed for picking a quote terrible dude when they should have known or whatever. Which, I mean, yes, sometimes that is a circumstance. Like sometimes the girls do pick bad guys and sometimes the guys pick bad girls, but
I have an answer for you on that. You know, when you're young, and you know, I'm older, you know, I'm 46, right? And when you're young, you still believe in Santa Claus. That's what I call it. You remember, I don't know how old you guys are, but you fall in love all the time. It's like everything is rosy, you know what I mean? And you tend to not think about it so much. Like at my age right now, I'm more calculated. I look at situations, I look at the people. It doesn't take much for me to end relationships because I felt like I lost the ability to fall in love like I used to. I look back to when I was 18, 19. I think every summer I was in love with somebody else.
Honestly, because now you can be in a situation and be like, you know what? I've been down this road. I've seen this movie before. But when you're so young, you haven't seen all the movies yet, so you're still going through them, and sometimes you get with the wrong person.
Yeah.
But then when you're older, at least you've seen that movie before, and you're like, nope, I'm not rewatching that one. Not reliving that.
You see life through rose-colored glasses, and I don't think all these factors that we're talking about right now, the finances, the daycare aspect of the time lost aspect of it. I don't think the people having children right now are thinking about it, because if they really did sit down and look at all of these things, maybe they'll change their minds.
I agree. I really applaud parents that kind of just cut it off at one, just like what you said with your situation, and they just focus all their time and attention and their love on the one child. And then if it turns out okay, maybe later in life another one can come, if that's something that you want to plan. But to work hard to guarantee, that takes time. It's a lot of effort. So,
and I can understand that for a parent's perspective, but from a teenager's perspective, man, fuck them single children, them only children. They are so how do you call it? So ornery. Think they own the world at such a young age till they get knocked down, I guess. But at least the ones I dealt with.
Right, going back to what you were saying in the dads, right?
Yeah.
I think most men need to think about what they're doing when starting a family. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're the head of the household. Technically, not financially, you're going to be responsible, but you should be leading this family. You know what I mean? And a lot of the people that are having these children are not ready for that responsibility. I don't think I was, So that's really the question we have to ask. And maybe they should be, just like we're doing sex ed, there should be classes on,
Well, see, that's something
what this means.
Like, that's something I've always heard people complain about. Is like the sex ed classes aren't good enough or whatever. But I can't speak for everybody. But I know like the two schools I went through and they talked about it, they did pretty good. But again, I'm in Indiana, so it's a small state. They can easily be better off teaching some things than other states. I don't know how all 50 states are on it, but.
I mean, personally, as a man, I like the child support rules. I think it's good that women are protected here that way.
Yeah.
And that, the men are held accountable, even though they don't want to. Most of them don't want to.
Yep. That's for sure. No, like my mom had to fight for child support for years, because my dad didn't want to pay it, and he found ways to avoid it. He's still avoiding it to this day. He found out that he can get a job, and once they find him and start pulling it, he can quit and go find another job, and it takes him about 2 more months to find him.
So how has that impacted you, and what's your plan for you as far as having kids and moving forward?
Me personally, that has honestly kind of made me more ambitious to have kids. And all my friends who have had issues with parents, like one of my closest friends, I have a platonic relationship with a girl, and she has a similar issue with her father. Her and I kind of see the same on this. We both want to have quite a few kids to be able to kind of show that it wasn't that hard. Like, we understand it's not easy. Like, obviously it's not a walk in the park, but to show that it's not that hard to care for your kids. Because we both had fathers that did not want to do their part and show that they cared whatsoever. So we want to be like, it makes me want to have kids more, just to kind of throw it in his face. Like, this is all you had to do. This is all I needed from you.
Yeah.
But I know some people live through an experience like I have, not the exact same. Mine's kind of peculiar, but similar, and they take that as a, now they're afraid because they don't want to become that person.
Gotcha. I mean, again, I don't want to fault them too much. I think a lot of people don't know what they're signing up for. But then at the end of the day, when you're in a situation, you got to step up. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. Throughout my whole childhood, my mom is always, she's kind of joked around about this, but this is kind of how she feels about it. She brings up the fact of how she wishes we were still back when the women didn't have to work and the guys were the breadwinner, and the wives could stay home if they wanted to, or they could get a job if they wanted to. And she's like, but now with how the economy is, you don't have a choice. You have to have either a really, really, really good job or have two steady incomes.
Yeah.
And she's just been fortunate enough to have a really good career. She just picked the perfect career at the perfect time. She went to college to get her surgical tech degree. And back when she went to go get it, the only thing they required was 2-year community college. And then now they require 8 years. You have to go to college for 8 years now. But she got in when all you had to do was community college. And now she's getting paid big bucks because nobody wants to do that job. And they're dying for workers, and she gets to pick her hours. And but if she wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't know where we would be at, because she'd be surviving off of radio station and gas station paychecks.
It's tough out here. I mean,
well, see, she had her first kid when she was 18 and found out, well, that one people do hold her against, because that one was a drug addict and an alcoholic, and my grandpa told her for years to stay away from him, and she wouldn't, and then she had a kid, and now she regrets that. She loves the kid, just regrets the situation, not listening to her dad.
yes.
Then she met my dad, and she had 3 more kids, and then he turned out to be deadbeat too.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man.
What stinks is my sister, my older sister, her firstborn, she doesn't want to have kids because of that. She's worried that she'd encounter the same situation as my mom. We've all told my mom for years to get back in the game, and she says all the time she just doesn't want to put us through that. So she's stayed out of the game for, like, I want to say, gosh, probably 15 years.
No, I mean that's been. It's funny that you actually said you live in an era where it's hard to survive on one income with one male provider, because most of the lives that I see on TikTok is women that are saying, "Oh yeah, the man got to be the provider. I don't want to work. I don't pay bills." It's like, hey man, like what year are we in? This is 2024. All hands on
Yeah.
deck.
Everything's too expensive for that.
I mean, I do pretty good right now. I can survive by myself, right? I don't need help, and I own my house and everything. But if a grown adult was to come into my life, I can't provide for you too. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. No, it's not like it was back when.
No, yeah, no way.
You said the numbers then were 300K. So yeah, mom could stay home. and be a homemaker. But now that's not the case.
No.
It's really 2 jobs each and OT. That's what it is now. That's what I used to do with me and my husband. He worked 3 jobs, I worked 2. We would never see each other, but our bills got paid. So it's either or. Either or.
See, that's what's pretty. See, like I try to look outside of Indiana because I know I'm pretty set up to be living in Indiana. We've got low homes, good income type of stuff. So when I try to compare, I look outside of Indiana because other states are so much worse off. They got the same income level as we are, but their stuff is way more expensive. So like people here, they can survive with 1 parent and 1 job, but I could. That's because my mom only has to pay like $900 a month for a house payment. But in other states, you'd be lucky if you'd be paying under $1,500, I'm sure, for a house payment every month on a single income. And
go ahead.
And that's what's crazy too. That's probably another reason why people aren't repopulating, because you've got to think not just paying for a kid for the next 18 years. You've got to think of a place to raise the kid.
Precisely.
A lot of people, the ideal place is a home that you own and that you're going to hopefully keep them in for the next 18 years. And homes are absolutely ridiculous. So who wants to start a family when you can't even get a home? That's like step number 1 is get your home, and you can't even get a home.
I'm actually glad you went to that direction, because I was going to ask you, there are more and more parents that are not homeowners. They are just in a regular condo or an apartment.
Yeah.
They're sharing a bedroom with a family member, whatever the case. Because, I mean, the housing crisis, we've been discussing this for how long?
Yeah.
You know, so it's been a long conversation. So with that being said, if you can't even decide where you're going to, raise your family, I mean, what conversation are we having?
Well, I will swear to my deathbed that the reason we are in a housing crisis right now is because of Wall Street. Fucking 2008.
Not really. That, and also there's been some laws that been passed. Also, again, like I said, I was saying that in another life, there was a lot of money thrown into the market during COVID, like for the PPP loans.
Yeah,
almost $4.9 trillion. So that turned into investments, and people were ready. Wall Street was ready to invest that money back into real estate.
See, and that's one thing that ticks me off with this whole election thing. Like, everyone was, like, when Biden was still in the race, people would attack Biden for him putting the stimulus into the economy. Like, are y'all stupid? Do you not remember what happened when Trump was in office? Trump pushed those too. Like,
Trump spent more than any American president, $7.1 trillion.
I'm gonna say I think Trump pushed out at least 1, if not 2 stimulus. I know Biden pushed out 2, but you can't hold Biden against stimulus if Trump also did stimulus.
No, Trump did more. Trump spent more than anybody ever. There's never been a president that spent more than Trump. But I mean, for me, it's really the business in America. Like, businesses don't have a soul, and they really don't care about people, and they're gonna go for the profit. That's why Wall Street is doing so great, even though people are struggling. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, they weren't doing so great in 2008 until the American government decided to unbury them.
Yeah, I mean, housing is going to be tough. I mean, if you want to, because you can't go against business nowadays. If you try to stop these real estate firms into, hey, you got to lower your rent, they're not going to go for it. They do what they want.
Ghost in the comments, you are right. America is not a business, but it should be. We should be the ones exporting. We shouldn't be importing. That's something I think that would help us tremendously too, if we were making stuff like we used to.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
Making our own products instead of importing products. I guess I understand it's cheaper, but we can have more jobs, and the more jobs we have here in the homeland, the more people are working, and the more people are working, the more people are buying. The more people are buying, the economy's better.
Well, I mean, honestly, what happened in Detroit, that says a lot. And that happened in multiple states. It may not have been that particular situation, but
And so if you have if you
Mhm.
bring a lot of businesses back to America, then there's competition. And with competition, people are fighting for higher wages. So wages are going to go up. But with no competition, you got one option, and that one option gets to choose whatever they want to pay you, whether that be the minimum wage or $15 an hour.
See, the other part of the other side of the coin is there's a lot of. I'm from Africa, right? And I work in the vacation rental industry. There's a lot of people with money, and that's what people don't talk about. Like some people are recession proof. They absolutely do not care. We're renting out houses on the beach, oceanfront houses for like $20,000 a week, and easy. So as people, you have one side that's really struggling, and you get people that are just living their best life right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, there is no middle class really anymore. I feel like the middle...
We know why.
I
They
was gonna say,
eliminated it.
the middle class pretty much got taken out. You're either the lower income class, or you are the upper class. And it's really a shame. Like, I don't like the idea that we have a lower class, but believe it or not, we need the lower class. Every striving economy needs their lower class, and they also need their upper class, but they definitely also need their middle class.
It's balance.
Yeah, that's all we need is a perfect balance. But when you eliminate an entire class, that's what's got our economy really screwed up right now.
But you don't have a solution because both parties live by the stock market, and whatever action you take that impacts the stock market, it's going to go negatively against you.
Well, I have a solution. We all just wake up one day and decide all of us aren't going to go to work anymore until the government fixes our shit.
I'm just waiting on the day.
Yeah.
Waiting on the day.
Someone needs to go on TikTok and Facebook and the news and just tell everybody. This day we are going to all not go to work and pretty much hold work as ransom against the government.
They need to explain to me why is college so expensive when, these colleges are supposedly non-profit organizations owned by the state, most of them. What are you paying out taxes for?
Well, those are taxes are supposed to keep the building up and operating, and then the freaking tuition is supposed to pay for the professors.
Professors don't make that much money.
It's supposed to pay for them. Well, you also got to think, but it's not just paying for their hourly wage, it's paying for their medical benefits, their retirement.
That's fair.
Because that's one thing you got to think of it like a union is what it is. You got to think, because their wage is one thing, but you got to think the pre-wage, how much they're getting. Because like in the union,
Professors don't make that much.
Like I'm in a construction union and I make $20 an hour, but if you go ask my union representative, I make $49 an hour. But I'm only getting to see 20 of that gross because the rest of it is going towards my retirement, going towards paying my union, going towards my medical stuff. So I'm not getting 49, I'm getting 20, but so that's about the same for professors. They're getting like 20 an hour, and then the other 29 is going towards their medical, their retirement. Professors get paid quite a bit, I would say.
It's not if you count how many students are in the classroom, and people paying in certain colleges, it's $40,000 a semester. Like there's some crazy numbers. You talk about housing, You talk about all of the stuff that these universities, all the money that they bring in.
49 is probably Yale and Stanford.
Yeah.
But if you're talking something like Ball State in Indiana, that one's like 10,000 a year. If you're talking something like, what's something in between the two?
And rather, when you say 10,000 a year, you're talking about in-state tuition. That means the state is subsidizing the other half of the tuition. You know, you paying half is state funded, so they're probably getting 20,000 of all.
Yeah, and then also a lot of students now though too are getting a lot of what do you call those when they like different sponsorships, whether that be
scholarships.
Yeah, scholarships, whether that be through the government itself, whether that be through your town, whether that be through your school, your high school. But there's a lot of scholarships that go out now.
Yeah, sure, but still shouldn't be that much. Plus, now you're talking about the cost of housing going up.
Yeah.
We have on Reddit, and I live in a college town, and there's kids sleeping in their car for the semester.
See, one thing I will truly stand by is I personally believe college is a scam. A lot of the jobs that people go for after college don't even need college. Some of them, yes, I 100%. Like, I don't want my surgeon to have not gone to college.
No, of course, obvious, right? Any medical, all of that for sure.
Anything that's dealing with life, I feel like you need some extensive knowledge and training.
Absolutely.
But like the field I'm in, construction, no. They have the option to, but you don't need it. They have on-the-job training. Everything for a hand-on job like that, like mechanics too, you don't need it. It's all hands-on. They teach you on the job how to do stuff. I've worked mechanics for years. I've had a wrench since I could freaking walk. And then construction, I've been doing that for a good 5 years now. Same thing. They just teach you on the job. But the reason, the whole thing of them having college for that, even community college, that is just a pure scam.
No, it's not. I mean, listen, there is some. I mean, you talk about you being in construction, but there's some way to build your career. Which these are the things that people don't talk about. But I seriously know some people. They are VPs, right? These people's job is just to be on Zoom calls and sound presidential, I guess, and racking, $500K a year just to talk and to have a high-end position,
Well, see, I'm a part of the Teamsters.
Yeah.
I'm in the Teamsters, and I don't know if you know this, but the president and vice president, actually, of the Teamsters and the founders, none of them went through college until well after the Teamsters was already running. And they only did that for financials.
Yeah, I mean, you can leverage your college education. That's all I'm trying to say.
Like they got to their position of power because of their knowledge by hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Like when I was working at a mechanic shop here in near my town, we had a guy show up that went to college to become a mechanic, and you could tell that he was book smart, not car smart. And there's a huge difference between book smart and car smart. Like, sure, your book's gonna, I don't know if you've ever heard anybody in the trades field talk about an engineer, but if you ever do, you'll hear a lot of trash talking.
Yeah.
Like, it might work on paper and it might work on your calculator, but it is not always going to work in person. That and engineers like to put oil filters where you can't even reach it without taking 10 different things off.
No, I get it, but to get to a certain point, you have to have some level of education because it does get pretty complicated.
That's where I agree. Like, if you're going to be a surgeon doing something that extensive, yes, I agree. You need college education. I don't think anybody would want to go into surgery and then find out right before surgery, oh, by the way, your surgeon has not been to college yet.
Who's a trainee or something? Like, no, I think I'm good.
He has only killed 5 people. He's been here for a month. It's okay. you'll live. We hope.
On a live, please,
Yep,
because
yep.
TT is so messy. So thank you.
Yeah.
Just to tell you, there are people that in my industry, in my company, I guess, that made it that way. They didn't go to college, but they come to a certain point where there's certain conversations when we start to have them and the numbers, and I'm an analyst, and we start throwing that stuff up. I can tell they can't keep up, or they don't even understand what I'm talking about. And it's just.
Yeah.
It gets intense. Like I've got to a point where my graphs, I kind of don't overcomplicate my graphs because then I'm losing everybody,
Well, see, and nowadays, another reason why I feel like even with math, math wouldn't even be worth going to college for much anymore either, because I don't know if you know, but high schools are bringing most college classes to high school now.
That's the way. Honestly, when I'm from Africa, when I moved here to go to college, the first 2 years I was like, okay, what is this? Because I've done it in high school in Senegal. So I was like, why are we doing this again? I'm in college.
When I got introduced to algebra, I was like, what? Why? Why are there letters?
Man, the letters.
I was
to
like,
this
we have
day.
we have English and we have math. They're separate subjects. Leave them that way.
Please, and thank you.
I don't need to multiply 2 times A.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care what
that is-
Z equals.
That is another factor, right? Is the number one, you have to go to college. And not have to, but for a lot of these positions, a lot of these people want to go to college. And then, most the regular track in America is to meet your partner at school and then, move on inside a family. But all of that is changing now.
See, like at my high school that I graduated from, my sister is still there right now. She's in her last year, and she's taking Calculus 3. She took Algebra 2 her freshman year in high school. I didn't take Algebra 2 until my junior year. But she was taking that as a freshman so that she could get all the way through all her college math classes before she graduated high school, so she wouldn't have to do it in college.
Also, let's talk about the women empowerment movement if we're talking about this. I mean, okay, so I'm noticing this. Women love to travel. This is a whole new craze now, the last 5 years. So we want to travel. We want to go to Europe. Everybody want to go to Greece. What's that spot that everybody wants to go to?
Like, are you talking like air travel or
traveling for vacation?
like? I mean, are you talking like flying to different countries, or are you talking like
lots of
within this?
different countries. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot more expats. I noticed that.
No. What I mean is American women wanting to travel in their life, like to go on vacation multiple times a year.
Well, see, I feel like that's just an American thing. See, like if you go to like heck, people in the UK always laugh at us for this.
Yeah.
Like let's think about this. Sherwin, how far do you drive if you want to go to like a big store, like a mall or just a big grocery store?
20 minutes.
How far would you be willing to drive to go to a big grocery store?
It depends on what the store is.
I know people that drive an hour to go
Yes.
to Costco.
45 minutes.
So if you go and talk to people in the UK, they think it's absolutely absurd that we will ever drive an hour anywhere. They think, like, to them, normal driving to anywhere is like 10 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
But when they heard us Americans are like, you know what, we're going to drive 4 hours to this next state because there's this monument over there. They're like, what the hell are you thinking? But that's just something with America. We all just like to, we have cars and we want to go vroom vroom.
Yeah, but I know people that, that's what they love to do. The relationships, they just want to travel all the time. So that person is less likely to have a child.
Yeah. Well, see, like a friend and I, a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks maybe, we decided just randomly we were going to drive from Indiana to California,
Okay.
and we broke down in Wyoming, which was 16 hours away from home. So then we started babying the car back, and then it completely broke down in Nebraska. So then we were stranded in Nebraska for a week, and we just didn't care. We just hung out at a hotel, and my uncle said he'd come get us at the end of the week, and we didn't care. We're like, okay, well, we'll just chill here in Nebraska for a week.
All right, cool.
But for me, it was just the fun of experiencing somewhere different from home.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. People are looking for experiences. And if you're going to be looking for experiences, that doesn't bode well with having a child.
Yeah. I don't know. Me personally, I have it on my bucket list. I wanna travel through all 50 states. I wanna drive through Route 66.
But you were having them babies. What you mean? You're not traveling.
What?
I thought you were having all them babies. You're having all these kids. They're not
Yeah.
traveling. You're changing diapers, sir.
I wanna have kids, but see, my thing is I'm gonna have kids young, so then they're out of the house before I retire, and then when I retire, I'm gonna have this good pension from my union I'm in, and like I'm gonna retire. The soonest I am able to retire is 55.
Okay.
So I can work longer than that, and I probably will. And once I'm retired, I'm gonna travel. I'll get an RV and I'm gonna travel. That is my bucket list. And then if I make it through all 50 states and Route 66, then my next plan is I want to travel through some other countries, safe ones.
But I do think some people want to travel first before having kids. And let's be honest, a lot of these relationships fall apart. So if they're not ready to have kids right away and want to leave those experiences, and then they realize, okay, this relationship is not for me, and then
Well, see, and I was raised in a family that was really young. So like I was born with 2 great grandparents, and then all of my great grandparents, and to this day I have 1 full set of great grandparents and 2 half sets of great grandparents, and one of those great grandparents are on hospice, but the other 3 are doing fine and dandy and healthy, and they're in their 80s. All 4 of them are in their 80s, like their early 80s. And I'm almost 20, so I've just always liked that aspect of growing up knowing my great-grandparents, and I want that for my kids to know their great-grandparents. Like my grandma is only, I think, 63. She just retired like 2 years ago. Then my grandpa just retired last year, so I've just always liked that aspect of the idea of my kids getting to know their great-grandparents, to where I get the idea of I want to have kids young.
Okay.
Not stupid young, and not when the economy is unaffordable, but you can't make those kind of choices. I can't snap my fingers and make the economy affordable.
All right, guys, I got to drop. But thanks for the convo.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Have a good one. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here too, Riley. I do appreciate you being here. You brought a lot of good information and contributed a lot to the live. So thank you.
Wait, they had to chill in the oven.
She's talking about the bees.
Oh, jeez, I looked down at my phone to swipe out, and I'm like, wait, what? Who's chilling in an oven?
Like, what about the chilies? No. But that's what I say on here to preserve the, so, yeah.
I always forget about the sensitivity of TikTok. I apologize.
Me too. No worries. I just have to remind myself often too. So I just try to come up with little fun, cute, cold words so we can keep the conversation going. But again, thank you so much for your contribution. Until next time.
I'll follow you. I'll see you later.
Yes, you too. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you for being here.